What is going on, everybody? And we welcome you back to another wonderful edition of Generational Sports on this Monday, November 21st, just a couple of days before the lovely Thanksgiving. Josh, before I ask you how you're doing, I need an opinion on turkey, which I feel like we've gotten on this show a couple times. Listen, we get new viewers all the time. You never know who's watching. President could be watching right now.
Exactly.
So I need an opinion on turkey, and I need a top 3 foods.
Yeah, turkey. I don't know. For me, what's really made the turkey good over the years is my grandma makes this sauce,
Okay.
like her own special sauce,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter how dry the turkey is. If it's just bad turkey, the sauce just makes it perfect. But overall, turkey, not the top of, edible meats that I will put up there, but
Okay.
it's pretty good. I don't hate it. Top 3 Thanksgiving foods.
Oh yeah.
Stuffing's up there. Stuffing's got to be up there.
I would agree.
I like just things that are mainly Thanksgiving or things that you have on Thanksgiving.
I'll say things you have at Thanksgiving because listen, cultures are different, families are different. Like, listen, I'll tell you right now, there's probably not too many people out there. I mean, maybe Italians that are having chicken cutlet on Thanksgiving. I am.
Right, exactly.
I'm having chicken cutlet.
I am not having that. Mashed potatoes is always there on Thanksgiving. Corn.
It's a must. You're a corn guy.
Just like bread.
I
love corn. I love corn.
See, I'm a big anti-corn guy, honestly. I'm very anti-corn.
Really?
Oh yeah. Turkey for me.
Why?
I could just go to Thanksgiving without it. I mean, to me, it's almost pointless. Like, in fact, I wish I could travel back in time to, what is it? Now I can't think of the historical event that's called. Whatever, the first Thanksgiving, back to the Pilgrims. And I wish I could just be like, hey, listen, can you guys have a prime rib instead? I'm begging you. I don't need no turkey. I don't need it. So yeah, I listen. It's on the plate, but I eat it because look at me. But it's definitely not something to get excited about. And listen, the turkey I always have is usually good. It's not dry. And that does a good job. So it's not even like it's bad turkey. It's just turkey's just mid, no matter what way you classify it. Stuffing is the number one because my nan doesn't make like normal stuffing. I'm not gonna lie, and I say this every time. It literally looks like throw up. It's green. I don't know what she puts in it.
Yeah.
It is.
It took me a few years to try stuffing when I was younger.
Because most people when they talk about stuffing, it's like the bread stuff. That's not what I'll literally have to send you a picture of it over Thanksgiving. But I know there's like spicy Italian sausage in it, and it's just fantastic. It is just.
I've never heard of that.
Spicy it's her version. Yeah, it's like her version of stuffing. I don't think it's technically stuffing, but that's what we call it. Mashed potatoes, the easiest number 2 of all time. See, and then honestly, like I'm weird because third, I'd probably go with, like I said, we eat chicken cutlet on Thanksgiving or like a pasta. I would put that there because listen, I don't like corn. I don't like cranberry sauce. What else do people have on Thanksgiving? We don't do mac and cheese like I wish we would.
We do mac and cheese. I'm not a huge I like mac and cheese. Like I like it, but I can't eat too much of it. And on Thanksgiving, I'm eating a lot of everything. So
listen. I think we both have made a grave mistake here because I don't know why pie hasn't come up yet.
I was gonna say pie, but like that's dessert. I'm thinking of the main meal.
Listen, I'm gonna cheat then and put apple pie as a third. I used to be a big pumpkin pie guy. When I was a kid. I don't know why, because I don't really like pumpkin anything besides that. But I might have to dabble back into the pumpkin pie.
My brother challenged me a few years ago at Thanksgiving to eat a whole pie.
Contest?
Just for me to eat a whole pie. Just
Did
if
you
I
do
could.
it?
I was almost there, and then my mom took it and threw it away because she said I was going to get sick. And I got sick anyway.
Oh, you did?
I already ate.
Right, and you lost the challenge.
Yeah, I had like a piece and a half left, of the pie.
So you think you're doing it though?
Yeah, I was finishing, and it was only for $20, but I
Hey,
mean, I got a
$20
whole
is
pie
more than you started with.
and a whole pie to myself. So
Well, whipped cream on top?
yeah, I did it early on, but then for the challenge sake, I slowed down on the whipped cream.
Okay.
I was just
Nothing
taking
like
it
a nice warm apple pie. Oh, a nice warm sliced apple pie, I should say, with a little ice cream.
in the morning after Thanksgiving too, having a
Oh,
nice slice of pie, the
stop
best.
it. Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. All right. How about this, everybody? We're going to get into what we're going to do now. And while this is a sports show, me and Josh do what we want to do on this show because, Josh, I say it's a lot. Whose show is this?
Last time I checked, it was ours.
It is. So, we usually, do that little break in between. My hair is just not cooperating with me today. And it's like, it's like very annoying. And I just want it to stay, but it keeps doing this type of situation. Then I look, like it's just, it's not what I want. But we're big Marvel people. And a lot of people know Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, is out in theaters. I saw it, Josh. You saw it?
I did see it.
Okay, so we can do a little spoiler review here. So listen, it's 7:09. It's 7:09 exactly. I'm going on my phone right now. There is officially 30 seconds left in 7:09. So I'm going to give it five more seconds right here. Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's start the review. That was your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen Black Panther, there you go. That was your spoiler warning. Get out of here now. You can come back in about, I don't know, I'll give you about 5 minutes. Come back. We should be done, closed up by then. Josh, how'd you feel about it? I liked it.
I really liked it.
Though. I'm very easy to please.
Yeah, I liked it. I was really pleased with how they just didn't spend the whole movie dealing with Chadwick and, how to, kind of show his death throughout the universe, the Marvel universe. They just kind of right away, Shuri is freaking out trying to find a cure for whatever it is he has, and then boom, very emotional right off the start. Very, very sad.
And then they go into the whole Marvel intro. It's literally dead silent, and it's just pictures of him. And I was like, oh, okay, see, he's trying to do this to me right now. Unbelievable what you're trying to do to me.
Yeah, it was tough, and then it just gets worse for Shuri. Than her mom. It was just. It was.
I was
tough
not expecting that one.
Yeah, it was tough for her going crazy. Just Namor's badass though. Namor is
good villain.
Cold. Yeah, he's
very
dope.
happy with Namor. Kind of a. Yeah. I don't even say villain though. You say anti-hero.
I mean, for the movie's sake, he's a villain.
Yeah,
I guess. But just as a character, yeah. I mean, I'd call him kind of on the same page as like how when the Winter Soldier first came in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a villain, but not really.
Yeah,
like
kind of like
doing. Him. Yeah. Namor's badass. I hope we get to see more of him. Ironheart, the suits were dope. It was nice to see that.
That was cool.
I like the suits for Okoye and her friend too. Those badass.
Those were certainly different.
Yeah.
Those were certainly different. Yeah, no, it was solid. Like I said, I think you were kind of in a lose-lose in the whole situation. I mean, Chadwick passing away, obviously, and then if it's recast and everybody's going to have a problem with that. So they kind of had to do, what they were going to do. Obviously, Shuri becoming Black Panther is the, kind of, I think the right thing. And then obviously that end credit scene.
Yeah.
The end credit scene was unbelievable. You got Shuri going to visit. They were down in Haiti. And I can't remember the girl's name though.
I can't remember either.
The person that Chadwick in the movie, aka Black Panther, was married
to. From Us, the movie Us.
Oh yeah, that's true. Almost knocked the whole mic off the desk. Tough life. But revealed that they had a kid together. They didn't want him to grow up, in the kingdom. And apparently Chadwick had told them they were, or not, I keep saying Chadwick, but like technically Black Panther, had told them that he was dying. And so that's why they didn't go to the funeral either and everything like that. So Yeah, sets up some pretty good stuff because now technically Shuri can be Black Panther for a while, and then I would assume that they just transitioned into that.
It's just
Yeah,
T'Challa
it's
again.
just T'Challa.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to cast as him though. Because obviously he'll be in the movie again before that little kid is old enough to be a
Yeah,
grown-up Black Panther. So I wonder who. I mean, they could keep Shuri for a while, but kind of showing the kid kind of makes it feel like okay, there's going to be a new king. So I wonder who they're going to cast as him. I can't think of anybody that isn't already in the MCU that could be
yeah, they're
him.
gonna find some random person, and he'll end up being pretty good.
Yeah, I wish it was a little bit different because I think I don't know. There's a lot of people that could be a good Black Panther, but now that it's got to be a younger person, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it.
Good movie though. I was solid like 7.5 to me.
Yeah, it did exactly what I expected it to do.
Yeah,
Just it was just a good
showed the
second movie.
grieving process. It furthers the story, and it
Also, I mean, with because they had obviously the Chadwick death like threw all their filming off and all of that, and then Shuri, the actress that plays, she like went away for a while, like she was not
yeah.
with them for a really long time. And so, I mean, for how many obstacles they had to go through to just get this movie done, it was good.
And apparently, the original script, because I saw some videos on that, was kind of going to be along the similar lines anyway. Apparently, it was going to deal a lot with T'Challa, like dealing with being gone for 5 years and everything happening, blah blah blah. And then Namor was kind of going to do the same thing anyway. So, solid movie though. One of the better ones of
I thought
Phase Four.
Killmonger was cool when Killmonger showed
Oh
up
my
when she
god, that was so
stood
fire.
there.
And
Yeah,
see, I
that
saw a couple videos. I was like, "Oh, we knew that was going to happen." I never knew that was going to happen, so I saw that. I was like,
I was curious to who she was going to see when she took the herb, but
I really thought it was going to be T'Challa for a second somehow, and I was going to be like,
yeah,
"Bro, if they do this."
yeah, I thought it was going to be something like that, but no, I thought for sure after her mom died, I was like, oh, it's going to be her, but well, interesting.
Sure. Well, listen. All right, that's our little
Other
review.
TV, other media news. I mean, I watched the Walking Dead finale was last night.
I watched the last 10 minutes just because I wanted to know what would happen. Stupid.
You didn't like it?
I mean, I don't listen. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand anything because I haven't watched since they killed Glenn, which at this point is like 6 years ago. But like, first of all, didn't know Judith was grown up. Didn't know Michonne and Rick were gone.
Really? You didn't know any of this?
I just the show fell off a cliff.
I'm about to send you a picture because someone tweeted out today, like the
I saw
rating.
it. No, I saw it. The ratings.
Oh, you saw that? Like how it drops off right after?
Fell off a cliff.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I've been a loyal fan throughout, but that's also
I didn't understand. I didn't understand who the people in like that red armor and the white armor were.
Yeah, the Commonwealth. The
Sure,
Commonwealth.
why not?
It was an interesting ending. I mean, it was this last season.
Listen, to me, all that ending is they found another stronghold that they'll be in for a little bit until somebody else attacks them, which has been the entire show anyway.
Now this is a little bit different. That has basically been the entire show. Like they find a place to stay.
They stay there for a couple seasons, then they leave.
Yeah, main villain shows up, kills an important character. Whole place is ruined. Got to bounce.
Exactly.
That has been it for a while. But I mean that's a pretty good. If you're gonna like, okay, what should we start for a storyline? I don't think that's too bad.
And I don't even feel like it was a real ending because they had to do like a fake.
It's a promo. It's a promo for new shows that they're.
That's
making.
exactly what it is. Because then immediately you see Rick and Michonne are getting a spinoff. Dale Dixon gets a spinoff. Negan gets a spinoff.
Maggie's getting. That's what kind of ruined this whole 11th season for me was they announced over a year ago that these shows were coming out. It's like, okay, so for the finale, I don't got to worry about any of the important people dying because they're getting a spinoff. I mean, a couple characters died. Shout out my girl Rosita, but
yeah, she's so bad, by the way.
Yeah, no, she's been around. Yeah, she's been, yeah, R.I.P. But the rest of it was cool to see Rick again. Barely got to see him, but we got to see something. So we'll see.
I feel like there was no closure.
Because they're leaning into the spinoffs rather than giving it a good ending. This whole season sucked, kind of too. Like the
Did it?
finale was probably the best episode out of all the episodes.
Oof.
They stretched into 24 episodes. It's been a year and a half since season 11 started. A year and a half.
That's out
They've
of
stretched
pocket.
into part A, part 1, part 1A, part B, part B1. Like, I'm like, just give me that finale. Like,
I was like, damn, are they gonna find a cure? Are they like?
well, the zombies can now pick up rocks and climb and shit.
I saw that,
Yeah, they're evolving, so we'll see.
which I kind of find also stupid that it's just happening now because they literally were doing
11
that in
seasons
season
later.
one.
Yeah.
But they were doing that in season one. There's literally a clip in season one of when they're all in like some hospital place. Zombie picks up a rock and throws it through the window. Like the first episode when Rick finds Glenn, there's zombies climbing over a fence. If you
I mean, they're climbing, but
go on YouTube and type in
I
Walking
don't
Dead.
remember that far back. I'd have to go back.
See,
And
the only
watch it.
reason I do,
They probably
is
have. They probably did introduce it and then just bailed it.
yeah, and then they
So,
fired the original director or
yeah,
showrunner.
they fired 2 directors throughout this whole.
Yeah,
And that's when it was in its prime too. Is when they fired directors. So, yeah, it's all over now though. All over.
it's all over. All right. You want to do this little name the player first?
Well, it was going to be a new game. It's just a Who Am I or Guess Who this time. But next week, I think I got a different one. I was trying to think of something, but it didn't really work
Yeah,
out.
we got to bring the games back.
Yeah, but I got 3 Who Am I's.
Oh, 3.
3 of them. I got 3.
All right? Am I doing all 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it goes, in my opinion, easiest to hardest.
Okay.
I think probably. We'll start with the first one. Did you want to do a timer or? We'll just wing it.
See what I can do here. If it starts going too long, obviously, then you know.
Yeah. This player played from 2014 to 2021. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler and had 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons. 2014
Todd
to 22.
Gurley.
Nope.
Damn.
Did play in the NFC though. 2014 to 2021.
So short under 7 years, playing the NFC. So it's not somebody like Le'Veon Bell.
Had 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
So he was good for like a 2-year stretch, huh?
Mm-hmm.
2021 knocks out somebody like Eddie Lacy, right?
Right.
He was good for a little.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get the division or another hint or something?
His team went to the Super Bowl during his career.
From 24. I got it. All right. So 20. That's not Marshawn. I'm trying to think of NFC Super Bowls. So Marshawn, because the Seahawks made it, the Eagles made it, but I don't think any of them. Who else? The Falcons made it. Is it Freeman?
It is Devontae Freeman. It is.
Ooh, there we go.
My next hint was just going to be your team beat them in the Super Bowl. That was just going to be my next hint. Yeah, I thought that one was a little bit easier. I mean, before you get the fact that his team went to a Super Bowl, it's like he would never cross your mind.
Yeah,
for a couple of years. But
I thought I had it with Todd Gurley.
Devonta Freeman was nice for a couple of years for Atlanta. He was really nice.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, next one. This player played from 2008 to 2017.
Yo, Josh, you see this right now? He had to change to USC in 2 because the Rams are one of the worst teams in the NFL. But he doesn't talk about that. This Christian.
That USC UCLA game, the easiest over I've seen in my entire life. You got 2 of the best scoring offenses in the country. I was like, yeah, give me that.
Didn't watch a single snap of it. Don't regret it at all.
2008 to 2017. His best season was in 2014, where he caught 916 yards, 6 touchdowns. He went to a Super Bowl with the New England Patriots.
Wait, say that one more. Say that last part again.
His best season was in 2014. This is not the New England year. His best season was in 2014. He had 916 yards, 6 catching touchdowns, and he went to a Super Bowl with New England at some point in his career.
Danny Amendola.
Nope.
Damn. Went to the Super Bowl with the Patriots.
I'll give you another hint. That 2014 season was with Chicago.
I feel like I should know this so easily right now. What year was the Patriots Super Bowl we went to? 2014? No, 2014 was
2016.
Chicago.
2016.
So that was the Eagle year.
His brother might have been on the Eagles that year.
Oh, Bennett?
Yeah, Martellus Bennett.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew the yards. I knew you weren't thinking tight end.
No, I absolutely wasn't. Not even, not one, at no point in my head did I think of a tight end.
Was his brother
Michael
on
Bennett.
was he on the Eagles that year? I know he played for Seattle. I can't remember.
I almost want to say he was, but I am not exactly sure.
No, I don't know. This one I don't think you're going to get at all.
Okay.
Honestly. 2005 to 2018, 4-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro in 2011. From 2010 to 2015, he had 600 tackles in the AFC.
So it's a linebacker, I have to assume. 600 tackles? Nah, there's no way a safety's getting there. I mean, it's possible, I guess. From 2005, you said?
His career was from 2005 to 2018.
So
the AFC.
Terrell Suggs.
Nope. Wrong division.
Wrong division. Okay, so the North is out. Is it a known player? Or are you bullshitting me here?
You play Madden? You played Madden growing up and all that?
See, it can't be Ray Lewis because he was on the.
Listen, all I know is he. Yeah, like you would know. You would know. You know who he is. You know who he is.
Let me get another hint here. Let me get a division.
AFC West.
See, I know it's not this person, but when you say Madden, the first person that comes to my mind is Brandon Marshall.
No.
Like the linebacker Brandon Marshall, obviously. Not the wide receiver. I'm not
Yeah.
stupid. So the AFC West.
I'll tell you what, all but 1 year of his career was spent with this team, and the one team he did play for one season is also in the AFC West.
All right, so that's the Chiefs, Chargers. Oh, brother. It's not looking good for
linebackers. Just think of linebackers.
Sean Marion.
600 tackles over a 4-year stretch, 5-year stretch.
I know. That's why I should know him.
And he missed 2014. He was out all season 2014.
Yeah, give me the team.
The Chiefs.
What the fuck? Oh. No, I know. I'm seeing him. I literally see him in my brain right now. I don't know what his name is. All right, I give up.
Derek Johnson.
Who?
Derek Johnson. I think you were thinking of Tamba Ali.
Oh, Tamba Ali.
Derek Johnson was.
Wow, that's a forgot. Wow, you want to talk about a forgotten name?
Mm-hmm.
Tamba Ali.
Those two. I mean, the Chiefs' defense back then with Eric Berry, Derek Johnson, Tamba Ali. It was decent.
What you remember about Haloti Nada?
Oh, big fella in
big man.
Baltimore. Oh yeah.
There's some I get on TikTok occasionally where it like shows you like players that are being forgotten. And I like go and watch those videos and I'm like, damn. I remember them, but I'm like, nah, definitely being forgotten.
Oh yeah. I love seeing that. Just watching like just clips of old players from like 2012, 2011. It's the best.
It was like no Sean Moreno and like
Yeah,
the obscure, like we're solid, never great type of
yeah.
characters. Wow.
The game I'm trying to do, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I wanted to do like a certain game, a certain moment. Like this player made this catch. Who was it? But I don't know. That might be too tough
Hey,
or
listen,
too easy. Like it hard to be hard to
we
get.
try it out.
I'll try it out next week.
Yeah,
See how it goes.
got Perry in here as well. What's going on? Yo, listen, this I'm gonna go bald with this hair right now. Like I gotta go. Like I wish I had a comb in here because I feel like if I could comb it, it would stay. But just the
Do you
seems like
normally comb it? Is it normally just a?
oh no, it's always combed, always.
Okay.
But I had a lot of Xbox today. I didn't have school today, so a lot of Xbox. I'm already up to 3 Warzone victories, by the way.
Nice, nice.
I got 2 with my brother and a couple of my friends, and then last night about 2:30, me and my boy played a duo. First game on, W.
Nice. I'm playing 2K23 lately. That's what I've been playing.
Okay. Yeah,
Not a good big fan of the actual gameplay of the game. Though.
we got me and the squad got our 2K stuff out of the way pretty early. We played it pretty hard, and then
Once you do, like
I never
after the
watched
first few months, there's not too much.
No,
like,
there isn't. After because you can only play rec for so long.
Yeah, unless you're doing my team, like there's
which I
no
don't play. So
really. Yeah, my team's dope. I like my team.
well, let's get into this Monday Night Football game here, which I totally forgot was in Mexico City. Mexico City between the 49ers and the Cardinals. No Kyler Murray in this game, so it's going to be Colt McCoy. DeAndre Hopkins is going to play in this game, which I was hoping he wasn't going to because it looks like I'm going to lose in fantasy again. I hate fantasy.
I beat you back to back in fantasy. I beat you in back to back.
Well, listen, to be fair,
you didn't set your lineup at all.
I have like 5 people in that lineup that
you got Tyreek and DK in there, both on bye weeks.
Yeah, it was. I didn't set a single fantasy lineup this entire week.
Tough.
Besides,
I hate when that happens when you just forget.
Besides in one league, and it was my big ESPN $500 league, whatever, with my friends and my brothers, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna win. I'm playing my brother. Both of his running backs are on a bye. Has a wide receiver on a bye. I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm projected 130. He's projected 114. He's now projected 160.
Tough. Who do you have? Jamal Williams?
No, he had Amari Cooper. He had
that kind of killed me this week too.
Had a T. Higgins, Joe Burrow stack. And then that's the thing that annoys me too. Like his other players didn't do anything. Like he had Kenyon Drake, didn't do anything. He had like 2 points. I don't think his tight end did anything. And then but I'm still projected to lose because he has the 49ers defense left to play. He had his kicker, I believe, got him like 17 because he had McPherson. But he still has James Conner, Hopkins, and the 49ers defense left to play. I have Robbie Gould and CMC, and I'm down 1 point. So unless CMC has another 3-touchdown game and Hopkins, hamstring barks after the first play and James Conner, maybe twist an ankle, I'm out. We lose again. And it's astonishing to me. I hate fantasy with a burning passion. I really do.
Yeah, it's very aggravating. Before the season and during the offseason, you're like, I can't wait to be setting my lineups, trades, waiver wire, rookie draft.
There's nothing like drafting the team. There's nothing like
the best.
I can sit there and draft all day. See, that's why I end up in so many random leagues that mean absolutely nothing. Because I like drafting, and mock drafts just don't hit the same.
No.
Like a mock draft is
I'm picking the players. Like I want to go on a journey with the players I draft.
Exactly.
Not just here to
people go into mock drafts, they don't pay attention. It's just tough out here. But Josh, I'll give you the floor here. What are you thinking about this Monday night game down there in Mexico City? No, like I said, no Kyler Murray. Obviously, Jimmy will be playing. I think the 49ers are pretty healthy for the first time in a while. I know obviously Debo's back. They got CMC, Kittle. So should be we'll find out what you think.
Yeah, obviously with Kyler, this would be more entertaining game. Colt McCoy, though, in terms of backups, a
One of the
veteran,
best backups ever.
yeah, like he's nice when he comes in there against the Rams. He was very efficient with them. So
Not
it's
that
not like the
difficult, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Christian? Being good against the Rams not very hard.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think obviously San Fran's going to do what they do, just slow the game down. Maybe we'll see them take more shots tonight since it is Colt McCoy and not Kyler. Maybe they're a little bit more confident with their defense, so maybe we'll see more shots down there. But a lot of CMC this game. I mean, we'll see what Arizona can strike up, but I think it's going to be a pretty solid game for San Fran to get an easy win.
Yeah, I think the line is like 9.5 in this game. Very tempted to take that 9.5 for the 49ers. Like
You watch Hard Knocks?
I did. Have you been watching it?
Yeah, I like it so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially that first episode, obviously, where they had the little fight between Kyler and Hopkins. He's like, what are you looking at? What? I'm trying to get you the ball. Like,
yeah,
calm down.
It's crazy how back-to-back seasons they've picked teams, like two very good teams to have. The Colts towards the end with the collapse, very good to have. Jumping in to Arizona's season with everything that's been going on. I mean, they're writing the script over there.
Yeah, it is unbelievable what they do. It really is. I wonder who gets Hard Knocks is so good. Like,
I know. I wanted the Panthers to be on there the past couple of years so badly. So bad.
Why do I have a annoying feeling that the Texans get it?
It's going to be – it depends how the draft goes.
Ooh, I would like the Bears to get it, though, too.
The Bears would be cool.
Follow around Justin Fields.
If the Raiders blow it – no, the Raiders just did it a couple of years.
Yeah, the Raiders just – what is it? I think it's like you can't be on it. Like, once you're on it, you have like a 5-year window of like not being on it again, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Or something of that nature. I can't – and then like – and then there's certain teams that get excluded no matter what. Like you can't be on it, or blah, blah, blah. I don't.
It's a bad team, basically.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Patriots on it.
You guys aren't bad though.
No, unfortunately. I remember the Patriots on it that one year though. That's how they got the clip of Randy Moss talking to Bill about the Halloween party.
How the hell were you guys on Hard Knocks?
That's what I want to know. Because I'm pretty sure that was Hard.
Is that how they got that clip?
Maybe it wasn't from Hard Knocks then. Maybe it was just, I don't know, NFL Films or something like that.
Yeah, it's just got to be some random NFL.
Yeah, because probably not. Because why would Hard Knocks still be filming at?
And if Randy Moss is on the Patriots, I don't think you guys were.
Yeah,
losing.
So I'm probably talking out of my ass there, but still, I'd like to see the Patriots on it. I mean, not that Bill would say anything. He'd probably,
I think the best team out of the bad teams right now to be on there. Maybe Denver would be cool.
Ooh. Could you imagine the cringe of following around Russ?
Yeah. Obviously, we're all happy to see MCDC for like a 3 straight seasons. No one would complain about that.
Who owns the longest winning streak in the NFC right now?
Who?
That'd be Mr. Dan Campbell, Motor City Dan.
Longest
winning streak in the NFC, 3 games.
I was gonna say, how many games is it? Like 1? Are they just the only one?
Just 3 games, but that's the longest in the NFC. So, but yeah, I mean, listen, for tonight, I think it's a lot of. I hope it's a lot of CMC. Selfishly, I think that Colt McCoy is going to get absolutely destroyed by Nick Bosa and everybody that's over there on the.
Nick Bosa was like the 5th highest sold jersey in.
I saw that in Mexico City. It's weird.
It's like Josh Allen, Kittle.
Yeah. Mac Jones was 3rd.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Let me look up. Let me
wow, it's Mac Jones.
Yeah, like why?
Bandwagoners over there. Got a lot of Patriots fans.
I mean, it's the wrong time to jump on the bandwagon. I'll tell you that.
A little late.
It is Josh Allen, George Kittle, T.J. Watt, Mac Jones, and then Nick Bosa.
Very interesting top 5.
It's the most random list I think I've ever seen.
Like
why T.J. Watt?
Josh Allen, I understand. The other 4?
Yeah, like why is Kittle number 2?
Like Bosa? Like why is he so high?
Especially Bosa too.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That's a weird one.
I mean, yeah, that is just. I mean, maybe Kittle and Bosa because, like the people in Mexico, maybe they heard like that the game's coming there,
That could be it for
so they
them.
go and they buy like the jersey of the team that's coming to play there. Then
Yeah.
again, there's no Cardinal jersey on here.
I want them to do a map of that, like a lot of places, just so we could see like is there a place where there's just like a million
Baker Mayfield, #1 selling jersey.
yeah, like it's just like a bunch of Davis Mills fans
Oh.
just in a country. Like that'd be crazy.
That would be.
I bet there'd be some very like there's probably a Will Fuller country somewhere.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
Like, I want to see that. Even if they make it up. Just
Definitely interesting though, I'll tell you that. But all right. That's the Monday night game. Obviously, I think we're both going with the 49ers in this one. So we'll move on to week 11. And listen, we haven't talked about our teams in a while because they haven't been worth talking about. But I think the ending of my wonderful Patriot game, just simply that is worth talking about. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the game because the game was brutal. Like, if you were not a Patriot or Jet fan and you watched this game for fun, seek help. I would like to tell you to seek help. I don't know who hurt you in your life that you wanted to put yourself through that pain, but I hope everything gets better for you. And hope you're all good. But yeah, not a very good game. 3-3 up until about 20 seconds left when the Jets had to punt the ball. And listen, we're going to get into Zach Wilson and everything, blah, 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 but punt that ball right down the middle of the field. You see Jones go back and get it. Runs down that right sideline. Bam! Touchdown. 5 seconds left. You know, some people are crying for a block.
Block in the back. Block in the back.
No, listen. The NFL came out and said it was from the side. And listen, after the game, they usually come out and say if they got things right or wrong. They got it right. They said that it was from the side. So I don't want to hear no referee slander, nothing. Great call, or non-call, I should say.
And you guys are in field goal range if that even gets called.
Because that block in the back happens at about the 10-yard line. I mean, you bring them back 15 yards, you're at the 25. Like, listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say Nick Folk definitely did struggle in this game. I think he missed.
He's been good all year. He's been good
it was windy. It was a very windy game. So it's not like he just all of a sudden forgot how to punt. I mean, kick. There were factors as to why he was struggling, but
factors such as
the wind.
And
that's about it.
You said factors. I thought there were
no,
like injury maybe.
I hope not. That's the guy. I will also say, and Josh, this is crushing for me. Wasn't even in my room when it happened.
Really?
Listen, let's be real here. The punt returns, kick returns just don't happen anymore, right? So I hadn't eaten yet during the day. So listen, you got to remember it's the end of the game, so it's probably now about 4:00. Haven't eaten yet. My mom just made pigs in the blanket.
Ooh.
I said, yeah, I'm going to go out, go get me some piggies.
Yeah, gotcha.
I come back, they're all celebrating in the end zone. And I'm like, damn, I wonder if they like blocked the kick and we have it at the 30. Or they went for it on 4th down for some reason and we picked it off or got a fumble. And all of a sudden, I look at the score and they're kicking the point after. I said, well, what happened here? And then I saw the replay. So that's how I found out that we got the kickoff or the punt return. By the way, first punt return for a touchdown the entire season.
Yeah, I think it was like 157 punts or something like that.
Yeah, first one of the season came in a great time. Puts the Patriots at 6-4, I believe. Obviously, right there in the playoff mix. I think they are the 6th seed right now because I think it's the Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, Bills, Patriots, Jets.
Yeah.
I believe that is the order of the AFC playoffs as we state it right now. So obviously the playoffs are still alive and well. Tough game for the Jets because if they won this game, they would have been in first place. They lose the game, they're in last. But the ownership continues. Listen, we talk about Aaron Rodgers, how he owns the Bears, whatever. 14 straight, 14 straight W's.
Really owned him this time too
against the Jets. Listen, it doesn't matter how you win. That elusive W is all that matters.
I feel like it does a little bit. It does a little bit matter how you win.
I don't know.
Need a rookie punt returner to keep your streak alive against Zach Wilson?
Listen, to be fair, it is Zach Wilson. But I'm being dead serious right now. I think if you replaced Zach Wilson with any other quarterback that started in Week 11, the Patriots lose that game.
I don't even think they got to be starting. I think Gardner Minshew wins that game. I think there's a lot of guys.
Listen, you probably could have put Wentz in there.
PJ might have won that one.
Nice. I mean, hey, listen, possible. Like, listen, if you get Baker Mayfield play, they probably win that game.
I saw a couple more passes for Baker this week.
Do you know how many yards they had in the second half?
Connie, I might take you over Baker.
Oh, well, I mean, I would too, because I got a hell of an arm, accurate always. Listen, for a bigger man, I can scramble.
Okay, stiff arm on point.
I don't have very good breaks though.
You don't. Okay, we just gotta get out of bounds then.
Yeah, you gotta. I'll slide. I play baseball. I can slide.
Okay, there we go.
So, I'm not taking hits either. Okay. Keeping myself safe and sturdy.
Good.
Well, Josh, you know how many passing yards they had in the second, or no, total yards they had in the second half?
Total yards?
The Jets in the second half of the game. How many total yards did they have?
111.
In the second half?
I have no idea. 48. You're lying. 2 yards.
Swear to God.
Even like the drive. That's insane.
2 total yards in the second half. I don't know how it's possible, but I saw something that they had negative 21 passing yards in the second half.
That is.
So I don't know if that counts sacks technically.
That has to count sacks. That has to count sacks.
Josh, they averaged in the second half of that football game 0.88 yards per play.
That is so bad. That is so bad.
0.88 yards per play.
Breece Hall has to deal with this the rest of his career, man. Free Breece Hall already.
No, I'll tell you what needs to happen. Because listen, the whole Patriot playoff chance is it alive? Yeah, it is. And do I see listen, as a Patriot fan, do I see the Patriots making a deep run? Absolutely not.
Really?
No. Tua is undefeated against Bill Belichick so far. We saw what happened when they played the Bills. The Chiefs would dog walk them. They can't beat the Ravens because Lamar's a running quarterback, and Bill Belichick has never stopped a running quarterback once in his entire life. And maybe if they played the Titans, they win. Maybe. That's the only chance I'm giving them a maybe. Every other game, they lose. Every other one. So
I don't know. I think the Pats, just the fact that they are very good at keeping games so low scoring. Outside the Bills and Chiefs, I think every game is winnable. I think all of them.
Bill has never had a good game against a running quarterback. Lamar.
That's why I said Bills and Chiefs. So Tua I would not count as a running quarterback.
Oh yeah, but have you seen that offense? And Tua was 4-0 against Bill.
I don't know. I can still see something happening. You gotta trust Bill, man. Bill's one of the most valuable assets in the NFL.
Well, of course. Greatest coach of all time. Coach being the key word. Because I still don't understand.
Matthew Judon? You don't think Matthew Judon's going to wreck offenses in the playoffs?
He probably will. But what's the offense going to do? Score 3 points
Ramondre,
again?
Are you kidding me? Ramondre's a
He's
dog.
solid.
Maybe he busted one for like 23.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Ramondre, but they should have played Damian Harris more in that game. He was getting
cooking. He was cooking.
He was getting big runs and was doing pretty well. I'm surprised that they didn't kind of just stick with him. But listen, Mac is not good. The wide receivers aren't good. The tight ends are eh. I mean, we've suddenly figured out that we have tight ends though, which is good. That's good.
That is
Like
good.
the fact that Matt Patricia, finally figured out that on the play sheet, those like two things at the end of the line of scrimmage sometimes aren't just extra offensive linemen.
TE
And they can
stands
actually
for
go
tight
out.
end, not the end.
Yeah.
Like
Stands for tight end, not
the end of the line. Not that.
yeah, not technical or
Yeah. It's not just there.
Tall
It's
enough.
actual person.
teach everyone or tell everyone. No. Tight end. You know what I mean? So we figured out we have those. Jonnu could have scored a touchdown probably, then ends up just fumbling the ball with nobody touched him, not a single person. The wind must have really smacked that ball right out of his hands, apparently.
You know how long it's been since he's taken a live snap? Like 3 years. Bills just had him.
Certainly feels like it. Nah, I wouldn't say that. He takes live snaps. He's just not very good at the snaps. Just doesn't really contribute. He was on a milk carton last year, to say the least. But they're not making a deep playoff run. So I want to move to the Jets because this is where it gets tough. You got to bench Zach Wilson. You got to do it.
Really? Why?
He is awful. He 70
second overall pick just a year ago.
Josh, how many passing yards do you have in the game?
I bet on his over of completions. I know he only had 6.
You know how many passing yards?
I'm guessing a lot of those were check downs or right at the line of scrimmage, so I'll go 18.
77.
77. That's
77
basically 18.
passing yards.
That's basically 18.
I believe he was 9 for 22. His average yards per attempt on the season. Take a guess at that one. Because Mahomes, Herbert, something like that is about 9 yards.
Average yards attempt per?
Yeah.
1.2.
3.
Basically,
he is
1.2.
passing on average the ball 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. He's not.
I don't think you bench him. You can't bench him.
You have to. Listen,
he's the second overall pick.
I don't care what he is.
And
he's not good at football.
You can't bench him. What are you benching him for?
Joe Flacco.
What is that going to show you?
Nothing. But I got a chance to win football games and make the playoffs. Josh, they haven't made the playoffs in 10 years. 10 years they haven't made the playoffs. They got to stick with him.
You
have a chance to make the playoffs this year if you have a quarterback who could do literally anything. That defense is good enough to win a Super Bowl. And see, if this is 2000 or like 1990, they would be in Super Bowl contention because teams only scored 20 points a game. But this is 2022 instead, and you have to actually score points in the league. If Zach Wilson couldn't get them into field goal range one more time, if he gets them into field goal range one more time, they win the game. They would end up winning 6-3. I know it.
Listen, I agree. Zach Wilson has been very bad, but I don't think you can just bench him and it's going to solve the offense. That offense just isn't good either. That offensive line is beat up. Mekhi Becton has barely been able to play throughout his career so far due to injuries. He's supposed to be the blindside protector. I mean, that whole entire offensive line is beat up. That receiver group always has problems. That outside of Garrett Wilson, who, I mean, he's been decent for them. Their last couple picks, Denzel Mims and Elijah Moore, they hate it there. They don't like being there. They won out. So that offense isn't very well run. I mean, we can blame Zach Wilson. Sure, he's been bad.
Dan Orlovsky clip, though, on Twitter?
Mm-mm.
Dan Orlovsky doesn't even think Zach Wilson knows the playbook.
Maybe not.
What do you mean, maybe not? If you don't know the playbook of the team you're running the offense for?
I don't think he doesn't know the playbook. Maybe he just doesn't study it enough, prepare enough.
It's your starting quarterback. You have questions on if he knows the plays.
But right now, he is what they want to be, a franchise quarterback. Does it go smoothly like Mahomes or Josh Allen all the time? No. It is year 2.
Shown?
It is year 2. He didn't have an amazing. He had a good end to last season. He's been struggling this season. You just give up on him already? He needs to be on a good team to know what it's like. What?
Sometimes you just got to take the L. What has he ever done that has proven that he can actually be a starting quarterback in the league? Nothing.
He's done some things.
I've never seen him do one impressive thing on a football field.
He had like a 68-yard run against the Jags last year.
Wow.
It was beautiful. I bet on that game.
That's why you remember the 60-yard run?
Yeah, it was Lawrence versus Wilson. I bet on it just for fun.
True.
Won it too. Zach Wilson.
Who won that game?
The Jets did with that Zach Wilson run.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Interesting.
Listen, I understand benching him. Are you saying bench him for the rest of the season, or you're done with him?
I would bench him for the rest of the season. Listen, especially after the comments last night, too. Oh,
yeah, that was.
You think you let the defense down? No.
But also, I mean,
you had 2 yards in the second half. You didn't let the defense down? That scares me. Because if that's not a letdown, Josh, what is a letdown?
No, I don't think he was meaning it.
A letdown?
I don't think he was meaning it in a way of like, I don't think I did that bad. I think he was meaning it more of, no, my defense believes in me. I don't think I let them down. I think that's what he was
I think
saying.
they're grasping at straws here to defend him.
Why would he say no? He knows he played bad. There's no way he could think he played good.
Well, listen. How come everybody else on the offense said that they let everybody else down, and he's the only one that doesn't? Maybe Josh Allen, a couple of weeks ago, when he threw those 2 interceptions against the Jets, he said, "Well, it's hard to win games when your quarterback plays like shit."
Give him a gold star. Give him a gold star for owning up to it. But also Zach Wilson, by saying that, you don't know what he means by it.
Tell you one thing.
I don't think it was a smart thing to say. I don't
have any leadership skills.
He is a second year. He played at BYU. What do you want from a BYU quarterback out of leadership?
You're the quarterback of the team. You're automatically the leader.
No, that is not true at all. There are other veterans on that team.
Not really.
There are. CJ Mosley, veteran. Quentin Williams, for them at this point, veteran.
Defensive side.
Veterans of the team, the locker room, it doesn't matter what side of the ball.
You need somebody to rally behind on the offense, and they don't have anybody because the guy that
exactly. Name one vet on that offense to help Zach Wilson deal with tough situations.
I mean,
give me one vet.
Technically, Joe Flacco's there.
Okay, Joe Flacco's really helping Zach Wilson on the field. Connie, who on the field? Tyler Conklin. He's the vet. Zach Wilson, get under my wing and let me.
Corey Davis.
Who's Davis? Corey Davis, the bust, the guy who couldn't figure it out himself.
He's a veteran.
Listen, Zach Wilson don't got too many mentors over there.
And whose fault is that, though? Also, the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can't just. I mean, Zach Wilson's been bad, but I'm not done with him. I've seen flashes. Same way I wasn't done with Fields.
I've never seen a single flash from him ever.
I have.
I mean, they are just awful, and he's awful at football.
The only quarterbacks in this draft class that I've seen flashes from are Zach Wilson and Fields. Everyone else has sucked. Well, they've all sucked, but those are the 2 least suckiest.
I can't believe. I haven't seen Zach Wilson do one good thing.
Not this year too much.
He threw 3 interceptions against the Patriots, and one of them he was trying to throw out of bounds and couldn't get the ball.
I said he's been bad this year. Started with the injury, comes in late, team's doing good.
Can't own up to any
didn't jump on the train right away, but last year, the end of last season, he was very good. And I saw a lot of nice flashes. Just didn't carry over right now. Maybe he has a good end of this season. Then what, Connie? Huh? Then what?
Nothing.
Then what?
I'm still moving on.
Yeah, he'll go 80% completion, which I know is your favorite stat. Throw 3 touchdowns and 300 yards. And be like, that's not a flash. It's against the Texans' defense. Like, shut up. That's a flash.
If it's really against a no-name, is it really the?
Shut up! I don't want to.
Seriously.
How about the bad games against the greatest coach of all time? Why can't we do it the vice versa?
Because he's had bad games against everybody.
He's had good games against some teams too.
He's had 1 good game this season at best, and it was against the Bills, and he still didn't really do anything.
The Bills? You mean the team that was the number 1 ranked defense last year? He had a good game against them?
Well, listen, I say good game because he actually made a throw on a 3rd and 6 to win them the game because it got him a first down.
Flash. Boom. Flash.
1 throw is a flash?
Yes. When it's a second-year quarterback with nothing but guys his age on offense. Listen,
he made 1 pass, so this is the guy?
I'm not saying if that was the only pass he's ever made. If every other pass he threw in the league was bad, then I'd say no, that's not a flash. but he's had other good full games, full plays. I'm not saying he's the next Mahomes, Scotty. I'm just saying I'm not done with him. I'm not done with him because he's had a rough 2 years with the Jets.
Like 10 of 18, 110 yards against the Packers.
Did he do his job? Ryan Tannehill's had some stat lines like that where he's been, giving game balls.
And is Ryan Tannehill worth keeping around? Or just every single year?
Have they not? Were they not the 1 seed last year, and then the year before they make a deep run with Ryan? Yeah. What do you?
How being the one seed go last? They lost their first game to the Bengals and sacked Joe Burrow 9 times and still lost. Ryan Tannehill had to go to therapy after the game. he literally went to go see a therapist after he played that bad in the playoffs.
But what does his bank account say? What does that contract say?
Listen,
how long has he been starting?
Listen, if we're talking about bank, that's a whole different story because then Sam Bradford is the greatest quarterback of all time. That man got a bag coming out of college, tore every ligament in his knee 16 times, and still had teams trying to bet over him.
He had one of the best Wonderlic scores too. That's probably why he kept getting paid.
His agent should be in the Hall of Fame. The NFL Hall of Fame. I don't know if you can put agents in there, but make a new wing. Yeah, he's got to be in there.
Yeah. I agree.
Zach Wilson makes me.
Hey, he's got time. He's very young. He had to deal with that whole MILF Hunter thing. He's had a very long.
And whose fault is that?
It's not his. It's his ex's fault. She's salty.
I mean.
Salty, even though she was the one being weird with his best friend.
I went back to his stats last year too, Josh.
Look at his last 5 games.
His last 5 games, you should. I just want to ask you. You're sure you want to do this?
I'm just saying. I remember him having a good end of last year.
All right, so they lost against the Bills, 27-10. He was 7 of 20 for 87 yards, threw a touchdown. They lost to the Bucks. He was 19 of 33. That's a 57 completion percentage, by the way. He threw a touchdown in that game, though. Congrats. They won against the Jags. You're right. He was 14 of 22 at 63% completion percentage, threw a touchdown. Yup.
Ran for one.
They lost to the Dolphins. He was 13 of 23, 56% completion, no touchdowns. They lost to the Saints, 19 of 42, 45% completion percentage, no touchdowns. I mean, that's the last 5, by the way.
All I'm hearing is a perfect touchdown to interception ratio. That's all I'm hearing right now. I didn't hear one turnover during that.
Well, I don't know why I know why you like Zach.
I didn't hear one turnover during that.
I know why you like Zach Wilson. I figured it out, Josh. You thought you were going to hide
this. He's his arm. I like his arm.
No, I know why you like him. You thought you were going to hide this from me.
What?
You like Zach Wilson because his completion percentage reminds you of Cam Newton.
Oh, yeah. There's just something about, quarterback's accuracy that I'm like, you know what?
Because once the completion percentage gets to the league average of like a 63, you're like, oh, I'm out. That quarterback's too good for me.
They just can't always complete them. What's the fun in that? You got to be like, oh, is he going to make this throw? Is he? Zach Wilson, I believe in you.
Zach Wilson, time for you to find one of those like weird lawyer jobs I think could probably offer you at BYU.
I don't think I'm pretty sure his family's got money.
No, exactly. His family does have money. That's why he's been privileged his whole life. That's why he doesn't know how to deal with circumstances or deal with what's the word I'm looking for here?
Adversity.
There we go.
So you're saying maybe it's been a little bit of a tough adjustment.
It's been a little bit of tough adjustment for him to actually have to figure out how to live real life. I mean,
so it might take longer than two NFL seasons for him to fully, become an adult.
Listen, he grew up, his family had money. He goes to BYU. Nobody there is challenging him for a starting quarterback job. He goes to the Jets. They don't even have a veteran quarterback for him to sit behind to challenge him. So he gets handed the job there. He gets handed the job back.
Which we all know is exactly what rookie quarterbacks want, to just get the keys thrown to them as a 22-year-old. That's what every rookie wants.
Obviously.
Every 22-year-old wants New York's biggest football franchise to just...
No, that's the Giants.
Okay, New York's second biggest football franchise.
That'd be the
So
Bills,
just
maybe. I'm kidding.
give him the keys. Just give him the keys. 22 years old. That's me right now. Can you imagine the Jets just gave me the keys?
I would have
You gonna
more
give me
faith.
more? You gonna give me more than 26 games to try to
But you see,
figure it
here's the
out?
thing, Josh. Here's the
Or
thing,
is
Josh.
that
I
it?
think if the Jets gave you the keys, if you went out there and completed 9 passes for 77 yards and you had 2 yards of total offense in the second half of the game, I have the confidence in you that you would say, yeah, we sucked today. I was bad. I think you would say it. I think you would.
No, I'm
Zach
not saying
Wilson
anything
said,
to the media.
me?
I'm not giving the
Bad.
media anything. I'm not giving the media anything. You know what? I would if I was in the league and I was getting media like questions. I would just answer with the most off-topic things. Like, hey, what happened on third down in the fourth quarter today?
Damn, I really like Taco Bell.
Well, yeah, I had some eggs, hash browns, some toast. Yeah,
Maybe like
that's
that
pretty good
episode of
breakfast.
SpongeBob. I had a
Yeah,
pizza.
I just start word for word reading every episode of Breaking Bad just for the rest of my career. Just this whole scripts, just all of them.
Interesting.
Leave me alone. Shout out Zach Wilson. He's okay. He's gonna be all right.
Probably one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. Um,
You're who are the worst quarterbacks you've ever seen? Like I already know 2 of them, which is very weird considering
What?
one's only in his second year and one of them's a former MVP, but he's the worst quarterback ever. Who
some
else
of
is
the
the
worst
worst?
quarterbacks I've ever seen. Brock Osweiler was terrible.
He's tall.
He
He
was
was tall.
tall. He always had that going for him.
But John Elway gave him the bag.
That second Super Bowl run, Peyton Manning was.
Hey, why we gotta even talk about him? I know he was bad.
He was terrible.
Here,
Awful.
we can bring him.
Let's see. There's been some. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to
So
really.
far, the 4 worst quarterbacks you've ever seen in your entire life are Brock Osweiler, Cam Newton, Zach Wilson.
Wow, who
and
said
Peyton
Cam
Manning.
Newton was on the list?
That is just a weird 4, a
Who
weird
said
group.
Cam Newton was on the list? He is not one of the worst quarterbacks.
You
I've
know,
ever
you
seen.
put him on the list.
No, I'm not like that.
Yeah,
You
you
like
would.
to paint this picture that I hate him. I
You
just think
did.
he's
You
overrated.
do. You painted the picture yourself.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
out
no.
here showing it to people.
I think he's just overrated. I think people try to
You
put him
don't
on
like
a pedestal.
You don't like him because
I
I've never like. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Next
think
topic.
people
We're
put
not
him on a
doing it.
pedestal. He doesn't.
We're not
deserve
doing it. Next topic. We're not doing it.
Well, the next topic isn't very fun either, because the Cowboys beat the ever-loving piss out of the Vikings to the point, and this is how you know it's bad. They took them off CBS. They brought us to the Steeler Cincinnati game. That's how bad that Cowboys game
Nick
was.
Mullins came in too.
I mean, it was just an absolute beatdown. Now, Josh, you might have seen this stat on Twitter as well. What is the point differential for the Vikings?
What do you mean, like season wise?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Take a guess here. Remember, 8-2 team.
They've had a lot of close games though.
8-2 team. You know,
I'll go like 5. Nah, 5.
-2.
Really, just off this one game.
They
Basically.
have a negative point differential,
8-2. That's crazy.
and they are 8-2. It is the worst ever by an 8-2 team.
That is
Ever.
crazy.
So, you can look at their schedule and ask, are they real? Are they not? Listen, they beat the Bills. Now, do they deserve to beat the Bills? No. Especially considering, fumble at the goal line and then all the craziness that happened in that. I'm kind of curious what the Vikings schedule looks like, or who, not even what it looks like, but who they've played, I should say. So they beat the Packers, who we know are not a very good team in the opening week of the season. They got destroyed by the Eagles. They beat the Lions, who, listen, that
was a close one too, right? That was a game winner.
Yeah, 28-24. They barely beat the Saints, 28-25. They barely beat the Bears before they were good. You got to remember, the Bears are kind of nice now with Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Beat them 29-22. They beat the Dolphins 24-16, no Tua. They beat the Cardinals, not a very good team. They beat the Commanders 20-17. Yeah, I mean, I guess. And then they went and beat the Bills, and they've beaten the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys destroyed them. I'm just not. Listen, I know that they are 8-2, and they're not bad. I don't think I'm completely sold though. I think the Eagles would beat them again. I think if they played, I think they played the 49ers, especially with the offensive line they have right now, they would get destroyed. Who else is up there in the NFC? Obviously, if they play the Cowboys again,
that's Giants maybe too.
Giants possibly, but I don't know. Giants.
The Bucks. Would you take the Bucks against them right now?
I think I would, especially if they get the night game of the first round of the playoffs. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
it's just Kirk. It's not even so much prime time. It's just big games.
0-10, I believe.
Just in these big games, he kind of sucks. I mean, against Buffalo, he was nice, but outside of that, just in big games, he struggles. He struggles a lot.
We gotta cut Zach Jones here. I don't know who Zach Jones is.
Zach Jones. I have no idea who that is.
Unless they meant Zach Wilson.
Possibly. Combination of Zay Jones and Zach Wilson.
Ah, true.
That'd be a hell of a player.
Probably. I mean, unless they're a quarterback, because Zach Wilson's terrible.
How would they be a good receiver? It's just Zay Jones.
I don't know. Maybe they.
Good for trick plays.
How tall is Zay Jones?
About 6'3".
Okay, so never mind. I was going to say maybe if he's a short person, you just put him into Zach Wilson's body because Zach Wilson's 6'2". So I don't know. But listen, we do this every year, and you kind of make fun of the Cowboy fans for doing it. Josh, you think they're a Super Bowl contender, though? Is it?
We've been saying it since Zeke showed up. No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Out of all the years that it's been, this is our year, and it's been about 5 years straight where it's kind of felt like they really believed the Cowboys this was their year. I mean, this is the best the defense has looked out of all these years. Zeke looks like he's kind of back a little bit. Obviously, having Tony Pollard back there helps him out a lot, but I don't know. It'll be tough to see just how weird this season is. I wouldn't bet on it. But out of all the years recently where the fans have been saying this is our year, I think this is the most realistic. I think they have to be considered contenders. I mean, if the Vikings and the Giants are, the Cowboys have to be too, coming out of the NFC. So maybe we'll see. I mean, there's no one in the NFC I'm really confident in at all, though. I mean, not really Philly anymore.
Yeah, they barely squeaked one out against the GOAT Jeff Saturday.
Exactly. So, I mean, the Cowboys got as good a shot as any, so maybe this is the year.
Yeah, listen, if they're ever going to make a deep playoff run, this has to be the year because, like you said, there's nobody that, stands out. Usually there's, always the teams that are like, okay, wow, they're really good, and this one's, pretty good, whatever. But, I mean, the Bucs are pedestrian. I mean, we'll see how they are coming off their bye. Maybe they figure some things out like they did their Super Bowl year. You know what I mean? Because they came out of the bye of the Super Bowl year and then went on a tear and ended up winning it, obviously. Eagles have looked very good, but, they've had some trouble stopping the run ever since that kid, Jordan
Davis.
Yeah. Ever since he got hurt, they've had some trouble stopping the run. That's why they went over and tried to get Ndamukong Suh. They also got somebody
Linval Joseph. Linval Joseph. Yeah.
Another name that I completely kind of forgot about. But they wait and get those who try to fill the gap until he comes back. But obviously the last 2 weeks they haven't looked anything like they did early on in the season. Do you really believe in Seattle to that point? That's kind of up to you. I don't know how I feel on them yet. Obviously you think the 49ers are going to be there in the end. But, yeah, this is as good as a chance as they've ever had. especially with the pass rush like they have. I think they have 42 sacks on the season so far.
Yeah, they
And
went crazy.
I mean, they were absolutely all over Kirk Cousins that entire game. Obviously, Diggs played a very good game for them. I think Jefferson only had 33 yards receiving in this one, so obviously he was locked down. But if they're ever going to go on a run, it has to be this year, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen him struggle. We have certainly seen the
Tony
struggle.
Pollard a free agent after this year?
Who?
Tony Pollard?
Yes, Pollard is a free agent.
Yeah, so I mean, they might not be able to pay him.
Nah, I think Jerry finds a way. I mean, come on. You
He's
do a
gonna
little
get it
cash.
back.
You do a little cash over cap situation. You just turn Zeke's money into a signing bonus. Jerry cashes a check for $14 million like that because he probably wrote another $14 million check last night to sneeze into. And then you move on. But
Is the NFL restricted free agency to where it's like they can match the offer, or is it like?
I think certain people can be a restricted free agent, but I don't know how it works. Like I don't know how you become a restricted free agent or an unrestricted free agent. I don't know if
Because
they
rookies are always restricted after their first contract. So Tony Pollard would be on that deal.
Okay, so there you go.
But I don't know. I know that for NBA. I know NFL. I don't know how the restrictions work.
Yeah, I am not completely sure on that. So I don't know, honestly, but yeah, I think they kind of figured a little something out though with Zeke and Pollard. I think listen, you just got to give Pollard more touches, and then you give Zeke the short yardage goal line situation. Pass blocking, I would keep Zeke into the game as well. Zeke can still catch and do things like that. So even if you want to change it up and be like, oh, look, they always bring him in for pass blocking, so this is probably going to be a pass, and he's going to block, and then maybe you sneak him out of the backfield. He gets a nice little catch and run, whatever. But, I mean, Pollard had like 110 yards receiving, scored the 2 touchdowns. He looked very good. And he's just more explosive. Like Zeke, had those first few years, and it definitely kind of wore on his body. And he's a little bit slower now, running in that Cabo sand, as people like to say. But I think they figure that out, and they'll be pretty good. And then it just kind of comes down to Dak. But how far do you think the Vikings can go with Kirk? Or, do you kind of look for a different quarterback? Like, what if they go – what, they have 2 losses now? What, you go 14-2 and you lose in the first round and Kirk has a terrible game?
Yeah, I think just
like, what do? You stick with him because it's like, wow, he got us to 14. Like this is my ultimate conundrum when it comes to quarterbacks like him and Jimmy, where it's like, yeah, you had a really good record, but then when it matters the most, they can't do anything. But then it's like, okay, but the grass isn't always greener. Maybe you go out for another quarterback, and all of a sudden, instead of going that 14-2 and losing in the first or second round of the playoffs, you go 2-14 because your quarterback absolutely sucks now. So it is always that rock in the hard place for me. But I don't know. I feel like they would just continue to stick with Kirk. I don't think they really want to make a move at the quarterback position.
It would just depend on what that move would be. If it's – because I think if they don't reach the conference championship, like, you got to think about it. This team's way too good. Like, the 49ers, I feel like, is a little bit different because it's very defense, run the ball oriented.
Yeah, true.
Whereas you got Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen on this team. Like, obviously, Debo and Ayuk are nice. But the Vikings offense, yes, Dalvin Cook is a workhorse, but you got one of the best receiving cores in the league. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's likely they move on from him, especially because he's had a solid season. But I don't know. I hope they try to. If they get bounced easily in the playoffs in disappointing fashion.
Bro, the Mexico City Stadium is 2,000 feet higher than Mile High.
What?
Bro, it says 7,280 feet above sea level. Mile High is 5,280.
That is crazy.
You're going to have oxygen masks on like a mother.
Playing in space.
Pouring right now, too. Oh, this is screaming no D-Hop and a CMC game. Maybe I get that fantasy.
The evil villain hand rub.
But but here's my problem. Like my brother has a San Francisco defense. So like I need the Cardinals to score. But my other problem is he has James Conner. So if they're going to score touchdowns, it's probably going to be running the ball.
Who even is their other running back? Is it just
I don't
James
know
Conner?
because they released that Benjamin guy. D-Hop
Yeah.
just made a catch already. I got to give up hope that I'm winning this game. I don't know why I'm doing it to myself.
Yeah, you need a lot. So.
Like, I just can't believe it. Simply can't believe it.
Tough.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. The whole Kerr thing should be interesting. Move on to our last, real big game of the week. That was the Sunday night game, the Chiefs and the Chargers. Obviously, another classic. Those two always playing very, very good games. Cole McCoy back to pass real quick. Yeah, that was a terrible throw. Early 3-and-out for those Cardinals. But let's see here. Yeah, so the Mahomes and Kelsey late game magic. Kelsey had 3 touchdowns in this game. The Chargers went down, scored a touchdown. Chiefs charged right back down the field, and Kelsey scored a touchdown with what? You want to say about 35 seconds left in the game, I want to say?
Yeah.
To give the Chiefs the lead. Listen, they're just very good. It's kind of this is what it was like for the Patriots. People, like every year, it's kind of like oh, maybe they'll take a step back because they lost this player or this happened to this team. No, they're not going to take a step back.
Nope.
They're going to be the same team as they always were. They're still going to be good. Listen, you have Andy Reid. You have the best quarterback, second best quarterback, whatever you want to say, in the NFL. You have the best tight end in the NFL by a mile. You have, and then, and that's the thing too. Like, if there was ever a game to win, it was this one. They didn't have Juju. I don't think they didn't have McCole Hardman. Kadarius Toney got hurt in the middle of the game with a hamstring, so he went out. Like, if there was ever a game to beat them, this was it, and they still could not do it. So,
who's their running back? What's his last name?
Isaiah Pacheco.
He's a dog.
Because Edwards-Helaire went out with a high ankle sprain, so he'll be out about 4 to 6 weeks. So, go pick up Pacheco's in fantasy leagues.
He's a dog.
Yeah, he does look very, very good. But
tall too. He's a tall running
return, kick return, and the running back. Okay.
Classic Chiefs right there.
I see it out here. Exactly. That's what Tyreek Hill started out as.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see here. Oh my God. Kittle just got bodied. But the Chargers have any playoff hopes this season? And what are they doing in the offseason to become a Super Bowl contender? Listen, playoffs is probably still available because I think the last spot is 6-4. They're 5-5. So obviously, maybe the Jets lose a couple of games here.
I don't think it's 7 teams, right?
Yeah.
I think you guys are 7 right now.
I think you're wrong. No,
I think the Jets are 8. I think the Jets are 8.
I mean,
you guys are both 6-4, and you beat them twice.
Beat them twice because we're goated.
I think you guys are 7. The Jets are 8, and then I think the Bengals are.
Why? What's the Bengals record?
Actually, I think Bengals Chargers are just tied. I think they're both 5-5 now.
You know what I can do? I can tell you right now. Let me see if I can do the NFL 2022 playoff picture. Road to Super Bowl 57. Okay. Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, Bills, Patriots. Oh, you're right, Bengals. It is the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals are also 6-4.
Okay, they're 6-4.
The Jets are the number 8 team. You are correct there.
And then the Chargers.
And then it's the Chargers at 5-5. So, I mean, yeah, is it absurd that the Bengals lose another game or the Jets lose a couple games and the Chargers, go on a little bit of a roll here? I don't know what the rest of their schedule is looking like. I can actually just check right now since I'm already on the NFL.com website. Let me go over to the Chargers. They play. If this website would ever just take me to it instead of having to click on 18 more. Really, bro? What are we doing here? I just want to go to Chargers. I just want to see the Chargers schedule. What is so difficult about this? Let me click Chargers one more time, see what it does. Oh, now it takes me to the home of the Chargers. Now I can go to the Chargers schedule. No, I don't want to. I don't consent to you guys tracking me. Let's see. They play the Cardinals next. Should be a win. The Cardinals are not very good at football. Then they play the Raiders. Raiders aren't very good. Then they play the Dolphins. That's tough. So you never know. But it is at home. It is a home game for them. Then they play the Titans at home again. Potential win. Then they go to the Colts. You know, I would say possible win there. They play the Rams. Should be a win because the Rams are terrible. And then they end the season at the Broncos. So, I mean, there's a few
I
wins.
disagree completely with how you reacted to almost all those games. Chargers aren't good either. The Chargers are not,
and they've been hurt the entire year.
and they've also just been terrible late in the fourth quarter. Like they've not been good in the moments that matter. I mean, I think those games, you know, I don't think the Rams is a very walk-in win game. I don't even think the Raiders is a walk-in win game. Not for the Chargers. No, I don't. I think they're like the Raiders and Broncos.
The Raiders earlier in the year, though.
The Raiders and Broncos are like they're dog crap, and then like the Chargers are like gum stuck on the sidewalk. Like there's not that big of a difference between.
Yeah, but the only thing for me is that they have 14 players on IR right now, and they're going to come back. Like Bosa will be back. That helps the pass rush. Keenan Allen just came back. What's going on there? What's the little fist bump for? What are we doing here?
I'm starting to get in. It takes a couple weeks when sports come back, but I'm starting to get in my college basketball groove a little bit. You know,
it's crazy that you never share any gambling with me. I want to win money
because if I do, they all lose. They all lose.
That's just
there are like 3 YouTube channels out there that I've created and I've given picks on. One of them I went like 0 for 9 on Thursday Night Football. Like when I give out picks, they don't hit. They just don't.
That is so exactly. So you just tell me what to bet, and I'll bet the exact opposite. I'll give you 10% of it.
All right, we could try it.
And bam.
It's just as hard to go like 0 for 7 as it is 7 for 7.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I've ever bet and gotten everything wrong.
I have multiple times.
See, that's tough.
I
probably have too. Like I think I've bet a couple 3-leg parlays where I've gotten them all wrong. But like, you're right. It is hard to just completely be terrible.
Yeah, almost as hard as it is to be great.
But answer the second part of the question: what do the Chargers have to do to become Super Bowl contenders? Got to fire Brandon Staley. Very simple.
Yeah, he's got to go.
He's so bad. He's one of the worst coaches I've ever seen.
They need someone who knows how to play.
I've ever seen earlier.
They need a defensive coach. They need someone who knows how to stop the run.
Josh,
that's something they need.
Coach.
He's not, though. He's not, though.
That's what his calling card was.
That's a typo. It's a typo.
I'm going to look it up right now. I want to see where he was before the Brandon Staley. Let's see, where was he before? He was the Rams defensive coordinator in 2020. Before that, he was the linebacker coach for the Broncos. Then before that, he was the linebacker coach for the Bears. Before that, he was the defensive coordinator for John Carroll. Before that, he was the defensive coordinator for James Madison. I mean, listen. Defense is supposed to be his thing. You're certainly fooling me because
they need a better defense. Like, go get D'Amico Ryans. That's who they need.
You know who I think they're going to hire if they fire him? Dan Quinn.
I don't like that.
There is no chance with how good the Cowboys defense has been that Dan Quinn doesn't get another head coaching job.
He's gonna get offers, but he's gonna go to like Houston or
why would
Carolina.
You go there? You could go to the Chargers with Justin Herbert.
There's something weird about like when teams are good and young, they want a young head coach when they should go after a veteran head coach.
I think that they just need a offensive coach and then hire a very good defensive coordinator.
I think they need to do the vice versa.
No, because you have a young quarterback. Do you see what happens when all these young quarterbacks get paired with these young offensive minds?
It's working well in Buffalo.
Exactly.
That's a young offensive mind.
Well, I mean,
He's young-ish. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not O'Connell anymore. It's who calls the
O'Connell was
plays?
never with the Bills. It was Dable.
That's who. Yeah, who's it now? Who's it now? Dorsey?
Yes, I think.
Okay, he's not. Yeah, he's not young. I guess Buffalo's a bad example.
And McDermott is the head coach who's defensive.
Yeah. See, I think they need to go. That defense is just so bad. They need just whatever can help that defense.
Well, it's a higher offensive coach, and then you double the salary of Dan Quinn, have him come over, be the defensive coordinator.
Have two head coaches, Dan Quinn and somebody else.
Yeah, you might as well. Nothing else is working.
I wonder why no teams have ever tried out a co-head coach.
Because that definitely would not work unless they have the exact same coaching style.
No, I feel like Jeff. You tell me Jeff Saturday couldn't work with another coach as head coach.
I mean, John Fox is on like not the staff, but he's like a consultant on the team.
Isn't that what Bruce Arians does too now? Something like that.
Yeah, he's some weird title. I don't even know what it is.
Offseason's going to look weird for the Chargers, though.
Yeah, hopefully they fire Brandon Staley.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do. I mean, he is talk about weight. I almost feel bad for Herbert. I really do. Did you see that throw he made to Keenan Allen at the end of that game? The diving catch that Keenan Allen. Oh, absolutely gorgeous throw. Great catch. I mean, Keenan Allen diving had somebody wrapped around his legs, but it was very good. It really was a very good throw. But all right, what do we have next? I know there was a second part to this. Is there any team you take over the Chiefs right now? Nah.
Hell no. Nobody.
I mean, listen, I still give the Bills a very good chance. We saw them. Listen, we saw them beat them right? Arrowhead. And especially if Josh Allen stops turning the ball over, which I think he will do. And then the second part of that, I'm real high on the Dolphins, man. Because me and CJ on the hard count had a real long conversation about this. With other teams, you can stop certain things, right? If you have a good run game, you put 8 people in the box, and you're like, we just got to stop the run, whatever. You have good wide receivers, maybe you double somebody, you do this, whatever. You can't stop speed. Because it's not like you can go to your defense and be like, listen, brother, I'm going to need you to start running 20 miles per hour on the treadmill so you can really get your speed up so you can go guard Tyreek Hill.
Right.
You can't do it. And Tyreek Hill was faster than everybody in the league. And then Jalen Waddle might be like the second, third, fourth, fifth fastest person in the league as well. So it's not like you can all of a sudden be like, hey, corners, need you guys to get a little bit faster here. You keep getting burnt. Like, that's not a possible thing. So if you had, a Devontae Adams where it's like, okay, we need to stop that guy or else we're going to get cooked. Okay, you double team, you make somebody else beat you. Tyreek Hill, it's like, okay, we're going to play off ball on you. All right, I'll take a slant route, a 2-yard slant route, 30 yards to the end zone. Oh, we're going to press you. Okay, I'm going to run right past you on a street route. And then it's like, okay, we're going to stop everything over the top because of Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Okay, we'll go underneath to Gesicki or, we'll just run these crossing routes and give them open field to try and make the tackle. Like, you can't guard against speed. So
no, yeah. I mean, you can't. Obviously, no one's really been able to slow down the Dolphins too much. I mean, Baltimore had them kind of slow a little bit, but then they wound up coming back. I don't know. I think for the Chiefs, it's if a team's going to beat them outside of a situation like Super Bowl against Tampa where that defense just gave Mahomes, no chance. I think the only other way you beat the Chiefs is in a shootout like the Rams did that one game. So I guess, the Dolphins and Bills do have the best chance out of all of them, but I'm still taking Mahomes and Kelsey over anybody, really. Just them tearing it up I just can't go against them. Especially this, they've had good years, 3 straight great years in a row, but they look different this year, just those two. The level they've been on all season, it's been crazy.
I still, to this day, don't understand how you let the best player on the opposite team beat you. They left, I think, all 3 of Kelsey's touchdowns, he was on one-on-one coverage.
Yeah. The last 2 they definitely were.
how do you let the person you know is the best player, especially with all the other wide receivers that were out for that game? How do you let that guy beat you?
Yeah.
I would do everything in my power to make sure that he's the one that doesn't beat me. I will get beaten by anybody else on the team. Anybody else. Like if all of a sudden one of their fourth string wide receivers had 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, I'd be like, you know what? I'm sleeping well tonight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Travis Kelce scoring 3 touchdowns on you, over 100 yards, you malpractice. Defensive coordinator malpractice.
I'm just putting the safety in there and like, hey, just don't ever leave this guy. Like, always be
Well, I
within
mean,
a
don't get me
half
wrong.
yard.
Derwin usually does a very good job on him,
Right.
and he
Right.
got cooked on that last touchdown. And obviously, he had a big game, so he wasn't doing anything crazy against him. But like one of the touchdowns was Asante Samuel Jr. 1-on-1. The third touchdown was Derwin James 1-on-1. Like, why not have, I don't know, both of them on him?
Yeah. Let's just
And
completely
the other
shut
thing that teams never do that, and like I don't know, maybe Gronk was just so big that everybody had to do it. I used to see Gronk get chipped at the line all the time. I never see teams chip Travis Kelce at the line. I never see, and listen, I don't want injuries to happen because that's what ruined Gronk's career. Nobody goes low on Kelce either. Everybody tries to tackle him up high. Like
Yeah.
everybody was taking Gronk's knees out, and like I said, I don't want anybody getting hurt or anything, but like you got to do what you got to do to tackle
Right.
somebody, especially when they're, probably 6'6", 6'7", and they're barreling towards you. So
It is weird how teams guard them, and it just they never try to. They're like, all right, Kelce can beat us, but Juju and Mecole, no, nothing for them.
Never, not allowed to. Like, yeah, all right, bro. Great plan you got there. But we move on to the current. Oh, look at that, the current playoff picture, and predict who we think makes the playoffs and who doesn't. Josh, you know what? Let me just go right to my history. Let me go right to 2022 NFL playoff picture. Bang. How about I share the screen? Why not? What do you say about a little share screen there, Josh?
I like that.
But let's see. Right now, this is what we're looking at right now for the playoffs. And I assume we'll just go to the bottom, right? Because I think the Chiefs and the Eagles, they're set. I think the Vikings are set, obviously. To be honest, I think the Seahawks, no. Well, the Seahawks, I think, make the playoffs, but I don't know if they'll keep the seeding because I think the 49ers could come sneak up and get them. But just for the teams right now, the players. Obviously, we both think the Chiefs, Eagles make it. I think we both think the Dolphins, Vikings make it, I would say. That's a safe bet, right?
Yep.
We would both say Titans, Seattle make it.
Yep.
Both say Ravens, Bucks make it.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say that the Bills and Cowboys make it.
Yeah.
And then we get to the Patriots. I don't know. Listen, I think it's possible? Yeah, because the defense is playing unbelievable. But you're scoring 3 points, and Mac Jones is barely a quarterback, and you have no talent on the offensive side besides Ramondre Stevenson. I mean, I look at the other teams. Like, I would eliminate the Colts. So I would really only look at the Chargers and the Jets, and the Patriots own, obviously, the tiebreaker over the Jets. But, I mean, the Patriots have to play the Vikings, they have to play the Bills twice still, have to play the Dolphins again, have to play the Raiders, have to play the Cardinals. Like, that's a lot. But I think they beat the Cardinals, and I think they beat the Raiders. So that's 2 more wins. That gets you to 8. Is it crazy? You think it's crazy if they beat? I mean, hey, actually, no. That'll be in our pick segment. Them and the Vikings. Remember that game is at 8:15. So scary for the Vikings. I don't know. I'll say the Patriots make it. Why not? Why not let me be happy?
I definitely think the Patriots make it. I think it's just between the 7 and 8 for me, honestly. I don't have hope for the Chargers. I think it'd be cool to see them in there because, they're always going to put up a decent game. But I think 1 through 6 for the AFC. Not that order, but I think those 6 for me are who I've seen the most from this year, especially in tough games. That I think they'll make the playoffs. The Bengals, I don't know. They're very confusing this year because, like, obviously the injury to Jamar has been a problem for them, but when they've been healthy, there's been some games they just have not looked good. They didn't even look that good this game at all, early on especially. But the Jets, I think the Jets have a better chance of making it than the Bengals.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think that they've shown more to me in late games. I probably trust the Bengals in late games more, but I think the Jets this season have been better. So I think the Jets are going to finish as the 7th seed.
I think that if I had to pick right now, I would go with the Bengals over everybody else. I just don't have faith in the Jets quarterback play. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for the whole show. Vic, what took you so long to get here? The Pats lucked out because the special teams is secretly Belichick's bread and butter. Hey, Vic, I know it's probably a tough loss for you and Pops, but how about we do a Jets chant one time, right? Ready? On 3. Here we go. Here we go, Vic. Do it with me. J-E. No, I'm kidding. T-R-A-S-H. Trash, trash, trash. Right? That's the new Jets chant, right, brother? How, Vic? How we doing? Eh? Also speaking the truth, brother Josh.
Go Jets, Vic. Go Jets. I love Zach Wilson.
A-S-H. Trash, trash,
Love
trash.
Zach Wilson.
That is the new Jets chant.
No.
Awful. Just endured the suffering, he says.
Tough.
You've endured suffering for about 50 years, Vic. I mean, yeah, I think the Bengals will make it. Listen, I think if you gave, I'm going to say this just to piss off Josh and Vic even more. I would have more faith in the Jets to make the playoffs over the Bengals if they bench Zach Wilson than I do right now. If they make Joe Flacco the quarterback for the rest of the year, I would pick the Jets because that is a Super Bowl caliber defense. It really is. Sauce Gardner.
I don't think it's Super Bowl caliber.
No, it is. Josh, trust me. I've watched a lot of Jet games because I have to. They are unbelievably good.
I might just not have watched them enough.
No, like if I'm telling you right now, if the Jets had who's the most mid quarterback, like dead smack in the middle, like 16th best, like Jimmy Kirk.
Yeah, like Kirk or
hell, I'll even give you Tannehill. If they had Tannehill,
Mariota's maybe around there.
If they had anybody in the 15 to 20 range instead of the 32nd, they're probably 8-8.
What is your issue with Zach Wilson?
He's not good at football.
You catch him with your mom or something?
He's not good at football.
Is he with Nana? Nana was cooking for him, wasn't she?
Josh, he's just not good at football.
Dang.
Did you see the clip from the college football countdown or whatever the hell it was, where the dude made a joke about his wife texting other people?
Yeah, Benjamin Watson.
Yeah. And, I still don't know if that's real or not.
It's real. It's real.
You think?
Yeah, I saw something about it.
I saw like a Twitter post where he was like, "You're still gonna have to apologize to the wife."
It was definitely real. It was definitely real.
I feel like it's not real only in a way because like I feel like the producers or whatever wouldn't let it happen that one would be off camera and the other one's walking back on the camera like something physical just happened. Like that's why I think it's a setup. You know what I mean?
I don't think
like they made it obvious to me. Like you wouldn't come back from commercial with one guy missing, another one walking in like adjusting his suit top.
I think it's real. I think he went and had a conversation with them and came back. And the other guy is still, reacting.
I agree with benching Zach. He's letting me down. But so wacko, I'll take the failure Mike White over Ring Bear.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just not like if those are my 3 options, I'm starting Zach. I'm just starting Zach Wilson. I just am.
Well, then you have the worst chance to win out of all 3 of them.
I think they all have the same chance to win.
You know that Joe Flacco has more passing touchdowns than Zach Wilson this season?
That makes sense.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
that game against Cleveland. They're like 4 of them.
Isn't that not pathetic, though?
I think Zach Wilson is 22 years old, 23, 24. Second year.
Josh, do you defend me like this to people?
Yeah, I do.
That's good to know. That makes me feel loved.
I'm a defender of people. I'll defend anybody. I got your back, guys.
You'll get behind anything, huh?
In the NFC, I think those are the most likely teams, too. I don't see Washington. Washington, maybe. It'd take a lot for them to be able to jump up, just a collapse by the 49ers.
It's not even that. They're only one game behind the Giants, and they still have to play the Giants again, though.
Heineke's been balling. I mean, that team in general has
And
been
they
really
just got
good.
Chase Young back. They just activated him off the IR.
And are very confident right now after beating Philly. And this past weekend, the nice win they got. So, I mean,
I'm seeing some things out of Washington.
maybe. We'll see. That's probably
exposed by the Lions.
Who's 9? Who's number 9?
9 would be
Is that Atlanta?
the Falcons.
Yeah, Washington's definitely got the best chance. I wish it sucks that division winner because I'd say they're in because they're definitely better than Tampa. But Tampa's going to get
Washington or Atlanta?
Washington. But Tampa's going to win the division most likely. So, unfortunately, someone from that division has to make it.
That is true. It is true.
Or all 4 of the NFC East.
True. All right, we move on though. Quarterback of the week, Josh. Who you got?
Yeah, I mean there were good games from quarterbacks this weekend, but none that were really like, oh, he was amazing. Yeah, so I just went with who I thought had the best out of all of them. Patrick Mahomes, 20 of 34, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns. Forgot how many rushing yards he had, but he had a big run late in that game. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
You know, I'm just kind of searching through right now. You're absolutely right. Hey, you know what? How about this? I'll go with Jalen Hurts. 2 total touchdowns. Obviously had the game-winning rush at the end of the game there to put them ahead by a point. And
that is another player that up to this point is very confusing how they always let him run. Like
Hurts?
With Lamar and guys, like there's at least a guy that Lamar has to shake or Josh Allen's got to outrun a guy. Hurts is jogging 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Did you see the touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful QB draw because
how did they not see it coming though? They just ran a read option.
Yeah, they didn't see it coming because that man could have crawled to the end zone if he felt like it.
Hurts on the goal line to me is kind of like Gronk on the goal line, man. It's gonna be him.
Yo, he's a powerful dude though.
Yeah.
I guess that's what benching like 650 or something like that.
No, he was squatting like 650.
Or squatting. That's what I meant.
Benching 650. What would that be? With those arms, I'd be like, damn, Jalen, what the hell?
You know what I really wonder? I guess because they're not very nimble. Wouldn't you like to see like a world's strongest man just suit up one time?
Yeah.
Like Brian Shaw. Get Brian Shaw's shoulder pads.
Yeah.
And let this man be a fullback. Who's getting in his way? Who? He can lift a car.
I have no idea. There's some psychos in the NFL though too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, I always see every like few months, James Harrison will post a video of him just dragging 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, with like 100-pound chains on his shoulders.
Like, bro, if you don't go get the helmet and get on the edge, like, you can still play. Like, what are you doing?
At that point, to me, it's like, bro, you're doing this for what?
Yeah, like
what are you doing? What do you like?
We know you can lift a car. Like, you can
like,
stop.
Why are we still,
You hit the jackpot. You don't got to do it anymore.
Yeah,
you won.
Mark Henry as a wideout.
I'd watch some 1v1s of Mark Henry versus Taker. Some one-on-ones. That'd be beautiful.
Undertaker was a goat tight end. He's like 6'6". I think
Big Show versus Great Khali on like a one-on-one lineman drill.
I got Big Show. Great Khali was too stiff.
Yeah, he definitely falls very easily.
Yeah.
Both
He kind of looks like
legs,
one of those
straight
guys
legs.
you run into, and he's like, whoa.
He got the lock knee syndrome. Got the lock knee.
Nah, literally. I don't even know if he can bend him.
That man, Great Khali, used to squeeze dudes' heads.
Like a little watermelon.
He did it to Rey Mysterio. That boy, I thought Rey died. I was very sad when that happened, dude. I saw the blood coming out. I was like, no, he just murdered him.
Nah, like I remember when Undertaker used to put people into the what did they call that submission? The Hell's Gate. The Hell's Gate.
Yeah, it was just like a triangle, not like
it was like it's
like
literally a triangle choke.
Yeah,
but they would call it the Hell's Gate, and like they would like have the fake blood in their mouth. And
yeah,
come out here, oh my God, the Undertaker
just murdered another person 3 weeks in a row.
Bro, I was very young when I started watching wrestling, so I was like, and they would always say the dead man, and I was like, yo, he's dead right now, and he's like wrestling.
When it would go dark and he's in the ring, I'm like, how
did he do
how
that?
is he doing this? Oh my God, I missed WWE. Man.
Seen The Longest Yard? Of course I have. Longest Yard is a classic.
He was in that. Great Khali was in that.
Great Khali's in it. Stone Cold.
Yeah, he played ping. They were playing ping pong. Great Khali. Stone Cold was in that.
Goldberg's in it. Michael Irvin's in it.
Nelly was the running back.
Nelly was in it, and then obviously Adam Sandler, Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm. That's a good movie. Joey Diaz is in it.
Oh my God, bro!
Love Joey.
A can of corn. A can of corn. I'll be fine.
The one guy's name, the actor, I don't know at all, but he was Brucey. He was funny.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. He's a huge Yankee fan. I see him on Twitter all the time, like when the Yankees play. What the hell are we doing?
Who was the late Tracy Morgan?
Terry Crews is in it too. Yeah,
Terry
Cheeseburger Eddie.
Yeah, Cheeseburger Eddie. Michael Irvin's in there. He's in there.
Yeah, he's the one that plays Adam Sandler one-on-one in the basketball.
Yeah, that's when Terry does the dance with the cheeseburgers.
God,
good movie.
What a movie that is. What a cast. Could you imagine being on set for that film, bro?
Yeah. Any Adam Sandler film, really, the cast is just crazy. But
that one, just sitting there and like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's Terry Crews. Oh, wait, who's that? Oh, Stone Cold.
Yeah, just everybody from every walk of life you can imagine.
And I don't remember who his name is too, but like the jacked dude too, who like when they're doing the drills, he breaks the hitting bag and he goes, "Oh yeah, sorry, I broke your toy."
I don't remember his name. I don't remember him. Yeah,
I broke it in your toy.
God, I love that movie. Is that on anywhere? I want to watch that now.
It's streaming on it. It's got to be somewhere. It has to be. No way.
I'm looking for that tonight. I'm watching it.
Oh, what a time. Great movie. How about the player of the week, Josh?
Yeah, I'm going with the guy who just became the league leader in rushing touchdowns, Jamal Williams.
Unbelievable.
17 carries, 64 yards, 3 TDs. He has 15 on the year now. 15.
I'll go with the guy who is the leading receiving touchdown. Mr. Devontae Adams, 7 for 141, 2 touchdowns. That last one being the walk-off. Obviously, a very good one.
All I needed was a Cortland Sutton touchdown that overtime, and I'd have won my parlay.
I got the fries for your eyes. I got the burgers. Shit, I
got burgers. Love that movie.
Oh, and then you remember the scene in The Longest Yard too, where Adam Sandler's like in the office and the old lady is like flirting with him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a movie! I've watched that movie so many times, but it like that's one it just never gets old. Like, unbelievable. Caleb Williams. Listen, Christian. College football is basically like soccer to me.
You should look at did you see the throw Caleb Williams made though?
Yeah. And I see, nobody in the NFL can make this. All right. Josh Allen could have made it. Justin Herbert makes that throw. Mahomes makes that throw.
Those are 3 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You just looked.
Okay, I'm not saying he's not good, but why nobody in the league can make this throw? That's my problem. That is my problem with certain things and certain people. Like Mahomes. That's why I don't like him. I don't like Mahomes for the simple fact that like he makes a throw and it's like,
what do you want them to say when they make the play?
Just great throw. But why is it Mahomes makes a throw to the sideline? It's like, I have never seen a throw to the sideline be that perfectly played.
They're just they're hyping it up more to give the player like, oh, he's amazing.
But that's what
do you want them to be like? And Mahomes makes a throw that only Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert could make. Like, no, they're just gonna be like, only Mahomes could do that. It's an in the moment type thing.
Say, oh, there's only a couple of people in the NFL that can make that. How hard was that?
They do say that all the time. It's a handful of guys that can make that play.
I wouldn't be mad at that statement, but Mahomes
I've heard Troy Aikman say those exact words all the time, at least 5,000 times. There's a handful of guys that can make that play, and he's one of them.
I will accept that over. Well, Mahomes just threw the ball sidearm. We haven't seen that in the league ever. I saw 19 people make a sidearm throw in the NFL this week.
He runs that thing. He runs that thing.
No, I'm just sick of people being overhyped. It annoys me.
Why can't people just people just be hyped? Why can't Caleb Williams, a guy who's having a great season at USC and is going to be a top pick, be hyped?
He'll be another USC quarterback that's trash in the NFL, just like the rest of them.
Carson Palmer was very good.
All right. What about the other ones? What, Matt Barkley go
I
there?
only need one.
Oh, now you only need one.
How many? What? I mean, I only need one. How many schools can you list? A ton. Not a lot.
I can't list many because college football is basically like taking melatonin.
Why can't you just enjoy stuff?
Josh, did you watch the USA play today?
I did watch the beginning of it. I didn't watch the whole match.
So you watched more than me. Good guy. You let me
know. You hate the World Cup too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! What do you like?
Why would I like the World Cup if it's soccer?
It is the biggest event in the world.
Josh, I would legitimately rather go outside, cut my grass with scissors, and then sit there with the grass clippings and try and paste them back together than watch a soccer game. So why would I watch the World Cup that's only soccer? At least the Olympics is other sports too.
You're right, Connie. I'm done trying to get you to enjoy things. Got you to watch Game of Thrones, though. That's all that matters.
All right, no. I just need this question answered for me. Why am I not allowed to?
You need so many questions answered.
No. This is the only question. This is the only one. Well, how come I'm not allowed to like things? When I don't like something, I'm a hater for it. But when other people don't like things, it's just that they don't like it. I don't like soccer, so I don't like the World Cup.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone with as many random things that come up during the show. There are very few times where Connie's like, "Yeah, I like that." He's like, okay, that's all. Is that how you always start? You put the hand up. You're like, okay, I don't like it. I think it's overrated. I think it's overhyped. That's what you just always say.
Josh, stick with me here. Stick with me. You're not a fan of baseball.
I am now.
All right. Well, let's flash back 2 years ago. You're not a fan of baseball.
I don't hate it, though. I don't diss on it.
Okay, but would you go out of your way to watch a tournament of baseball if you didn't like
the
baseball?
World Series or the playoffs, which is what the World Cup is, that happens every so often, and the U.S. has made it for the first time in quite some time?
That's just another reason. We suck at the sport anyway. So
but we're in it now, which means we don't suck. You hate things so much you don't even root for your country.
Listen, if the U.S. makes it to the
you root for Italy, don't you? That's who you're rooting for. That's why.
What are we talking about here? Listen, if the U.S. makes it to the finals, I'll tell you right now. Well, how many rounds are there in there? It's group play, and then the round of 16, 8, 4-1, 4-2, 4 championship. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, round of 16 is the first.
If we make it to the semifinals.
So you want us to just go out and that's not the point of it. That is
the point. The point is to win. What do you want, a participation trophy, Josh?
The USA is the laughingstock of soccer, basically.
We should get better.
How often is the USA the laughingstock of anything?
Well, I mean, education, gun laws.
So to be in an event where we can erase that, any win is. You should have seen it. Did you see how people were reacting after one goal?
No, because I didn't watch it.
Oh,
You know what I was doing? I was playing a nice game of Warzone.
yeah. I would rather watch Akron versus who's in that division. I don't know. The two worst teams in the MAC than watch a very top team baseball game.
That's fine. Because you can go watch Alabama play some no-name school with
Alabama's
somebody
falling
who
off a little bit.
with a bunch of players that'll never make the NFL, and they'll win 75-3.
See TCU's game winner? TCU's unbeaten.
Nope, didn't watch a single moment of it.
Big game. It's Baylor. They got the win. Game winning field goal.
Guess what? Didn't affect my life at all. Had no
Like
interest.
things, Connie. Just like. It's okay to like.
The only thing that I enjoy about football, college football Saturdays, is watching the clips that McAfee posts on his Twitter.
Those are all punters and kickers.
No. He posts clips from no. I mean like on the what's it called? What's the pre-show?
College game day?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The clips he posts from College Game Day are very funny. The game itself,
I just for a guy who doesn't watch it, it's crazy to me how often you speak against college football.
because
You've
when
never
I
even
do
given
watch
it
it,
a
it's
chance.
terrible. When I
You've
do
never
watch
given
it,
it
it's
a
bad.
chance.
I was all excited last year. Michigan versus who was that?
And
in the
it's
playoffs?
crazy, insane that you watch every single Yankees game, but then you watch one college football game like I can't watch it, it's bad.
Because
As if
it's
every
about-
Yankees game
it
is just 4
probably
home runs.
95%
Aaron Judge.
of college football games I watch are not good. 95%.
You've never asked me
Listen.
which games to watch. You just look at the rankings.
Exactly. If they're ranked high, they're supposed to be good. And they should be playing other highly ranked teams, not some no-name school that got paid $800,000 to lose by 30.
So when you see that it's a number 2 versus a nothing, you're like, okay, this should be a good game. You go in there with that mindset?
No, I go into that saying, oh, look, it's another college playing a no-name team, so this game is meaningless. Just like
I'm going to give you a list of
75.
games that are going to be good this weekend, and I
Go
want you
ahead.
to pay attention to them. I want you to pay attention to them.
Okay.
Watch some even, maybe,
Listen,
if you're not too busy
I'll tell you the
gluing
games I'll
grass
watch.
together.
I'll tell you what I'll watch. I'll watch Alabama-Auburn because I like the Iron Bowl. I'll watch Ohio State and Michigan whenever they play each other. And I'll watch the semifinal and final game.
And then but they're going to be good games, and you're still going to be like, no.
Hey, how good was Michigan-Georgia last year?
Michigan, Georgia, didn't even expect that to be a good game.
And those were the two, and both of those teams were in the top.
They're not ranked by entertainment value.
They were ranked in the
Georgia's ranked that high because their defense is insane. Michigan's ranked that high because their defense is insane.
Josh, Georgia blew them off of the field.
So, I just told you it's not entertainment value. Those are the two best teams.
Okay, and your two best teams weren't even in the same stratosphere.
And then if they play again, it could be a very close game.
Well, guess what?
It's like when it comes to college football, it's like you've never watched sports before, Connie. Some things happen. Sometimes teams get blown out.
They should. How many blowouts did you see last?
You're crazy when it comes to college football.
Besides the Patriots game and the Eagle game, how many blowouts we see in the NFL playoffs last year? Just saying.
We're not in the playoffs of college football.
And the playoffs last year were ass, just like they usually are.
They weren't ass.
Both of the semifinal games.
You didn't even watch them. You didn't even watch them.
I did. I was at my friend's house. It was New Year's Eve.
You weren't paying attention to him, I bet.
Bullshit. I watched every game.
A New Year's Eve party at your friend's house, and you are watching college football.
I mean, yeah, we didn't start drinking until about 11.
I don't believe you.
That's fine.
I'm not buying it.
Well, listen, Christian obviously doesn't understand the English language. because you said Bama guys and won't make it to the NFL. I said no. Bama plays a team full of guys that'll never make it to the NFL. So what's the point of watching that one? I know my quarterback was once at.
See South Carolina upset Tennessee?
Yeah, and what was the score in that one?
It's very high scoring, lots of touchdowns, like 56 to like 32.
A blowout. Useless to watch.
Lots of points.
It was like 35-7.
That's a top 4 team versus a not ranked team. The not ranked team won. And because it wasn't a 2-point game with 2 minutes left, it sucked?
Basically, yeah.
So there's never been a good NFL game without it coming down to the last.
No, because it's a very simple concept here. What is more entertaining, a game where a team is blown out or a close game? Explain that one.
It's not the fact.
Perfect example.
It's Tennessee. They're a top 4 team. They put up 52 on Bama.
Was the Viking Cowboy game entertaining? Was the Viking Cowboy game entertaining?
Was the what?
Was the Viking Cowboy game entertaining?
No.
Okay, why was that, Josh?
Because it was a blowout.
Okay, exactly. So why was Tennessee, South Carolina interesting? It was a blowout. It wasn't.
Because Tennessee was still in it up until like the last 7 minutes. Because they're the 4th ranked team. South Carolina's supposed to suck. So you're sitting there the whole game like Tennessee's got to come back, right? Like they're going to come back. And when they don't, it's like, holy shit, they did. See, how do you not? Because that's in the NFL too. Like, you're crazy. You're crazy.
See, the other thing is, I can very easily find all the other NFL games. College, I got to have the SEC network and the ACC.
I think I don't think the point is the game itself. I think it's you just don't know the players. I feel like that's plays more.
Listen,
I think that's the main factor.
You want to know when I'll get to know them? When it's actually important they're playing on NFL Sundays. That's when I'll get to know.
How do you even get excited over draft picks?
I really don't anymore. I used to because I used to watch the combine, and then whenever somebody would have a good combine, I'd go and watch all their highlights. But I don't watch the combine anymore. So,
speaking on the SC game, Spencer Rattler's back, baby. I never left the hype train. He's back.
Did you see Skip and Shannon arguing today about him?
Mm-mm.
I think it was something about Shannon was like, "You said Spencer Rattler was going to win the Heisman," and Skip was like, "I never said anything like that." And then everybody posted a tweet of Skip and it was Spencer Rattler for the blah blah blah. And then there was also a clip on the show of him a couple years ago saying how he was going to do. Unbelievable. Rattler 8 touchdowns all season until that game. Wow, what a great quarterback.
He's back. He had 6 of them. That's 4th ranked team. Get him to Carolina late round. Watch out. Watch out. You're going to love college football when the playoffs get expanded. That's when you're going to like it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
that's when it'll be even worse teams.
No, because it'll be upset nation during the college football playoffs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because if the number 2 and 3 team can't have a close game, I'm sure that the number 2 and the number 14 team are going to have a good close game.
They do. They will.
Just bad football. There's about max 3-4 on a very good Saturday.
Good games?
No. NFL caliber players on the field. The other ones are just going to go and be an accountant.
I think you're crazy for that.
Josh, if
you're saying on a Saturday, you're saying each game.
In one game,
there's 3 to 4 guys that will be on a roster or that are NFL caliber.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
Listen, if you pick a random game,
because Sammy Watkins was a hell of a player in college, but he's not good in the NFL. So there are guys that are hell of a players in college that we'll never see in NFL field.
Exactly. So to me, not even worth paying attention to.
You're not Wrong. Making it to the league. It's crazy athletes who just don't adjust. Tim Tebow, one of the most electrifying players of all time.
Guess what? He made it to the NFL terrible, where it really mattered.
Still amazing to watch in college.
Where you were getting paid to actually play.
Now we can get paid.
Awful. Tim Tebow, terrible.
He's a dog at Florida.
I mean, yeah, he was surrounded by killers.
No.
Literally.
He was surrounded by God.
Just It's not very good stuff on Saturdays. I sleep right past it. I used to work Saturdays on purpose because I used to be bored on Saturdays.
You're the worst.
I swear to God. And
Well,
if I,
sign me up Saturday. I'm not watching that bullshit they put on college
I
football.
was like, if people didn't
No.
want to work the weekends, I'd say, listen, I'll work Saturday, not Sundays.
You're crazy.
Sundays, the actual games are on.
The hate level is crazy.
Saturdays for the window lickers.
No, liquor. That's a good insult. I like that.
The Cheeto dust kids.
Cookie Monster.
NBA player of the week. This is going to have to be a you thing.
Oh, I got to get the stats.
Oh, look at this guy.
I had it ready.
And then we had to talk about the worst sport in the league in the country.
Two of them apparently, soccer and college football, suck to
You
you.
don't even like soccer?
I love soccer.
Love soccer. Jeez, I feel bad. Here's my Josh. You want to hear my problem with soccer?
Yeah, what's your problem with soccer?
How do you play 90 plus minutes of a game and it can end 0-0? Are you kidding me, bro? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
Like, we are in the World Cup, the biggest tournament in the world, whatever, billions of viewers, and a USA Wales game ends 1-1.
That's points matter more.
It should end in a win or a loss.
The NFL also has ties.
And it's the dumbest thing they do.
You're crazy.
That might be the one thing I'll give to college. They don't end in ties, do that?
No, they can't.
See,
It's
and then
illegal.
this is where you guys all try to get me with, and it doesn't make any sense. Baseball ends 1-0 sometimes after 3 hours.
Yeah, you act
Guess
like
what?
that doesn't happen.
Guess what? They scored a run, and there's a winner and a loser. Unlike some,
But that makes it entertaining. That makes it worth it.
It's 0-0 on the pitch today.
That makes it worth it.
Yes, it does. Because somebody
That is
at the end of the
crazy.
day-
So just the fact that there's a winner or loser makes that
yes,
3-hour baseball
I don't
game
need a
where
participation
you just
trophy.
watch
I don't need a
nothing
I
happen.
don't need a participation trophy.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
If the U.S. makes it to the quarterfinals, there you go. I'll buy a jersey. I'll be the biggest USA soccer fan of all time.
I have my player of the week in the NBA. I'm going with a guy who the team hasn't been good, but with Paolo Banchero going down with injury, he's kind of stepped up, dropped 20 plus, and three of his last four. Franz Wagner just had 29, 5 and 3 against the Pacers. Also had 23, 6 and 3 against the Hornets. He's had a good week. Player of the week.
Shout out to our guy Shy. Absolute
For real.
good.
We're a good team, bro. We're good.
I know. It's kind of
They
tragic.
said he won it out. They said he won it out.
Kind of tragic we're not tanking for Victor, though.
Hey, we got all we need now. We got all we need.
I say you trade Chet and a couple first for the first round, for the first overall pick.
Hell no. Chet is the best player on this team.
Yeah, but Chet's not as good as Victor.
I think Chet's the best player in the world.
In the world.
He's never missed a shot in the league.
Never made one either.
He ain't never lost. Never lost.
Never lost. Just like apparently some soccer teams do.
You're the worst, dude. Leave them alone. They didn't do anything to you.
I know. They didn't win or lose. They literally did nothing. Winners and losers.
You're a loser, dude. You're a loser.
I'm a winner for not wasting my time watching a sport that ends in a tie.
That's the only winner and loser. We just got one
See,
loser.
and how many times people bring up football because I like football? How many times does a football game really end in a tie compared to soccer?
Not even close.
Hey, okay, that's all I needed.
How
A
does
tie in
that
football is like once or twice a year. A tie in soccer is every other game.
That is not true.
Also, penalty kicks are kind of stupid. It's very.
Let's just delete the sport. Why do they kick it? Why are they kicking?
No, but I feel like you could kind of like see where I'm coming from on this. Like, it's obviously very hard to score in soccer with all the people there. A penalty kick one-on-one with the goalie from like 20 feet away, that's a basically automatic fucking goal. Like, why wouldn't you at least make it a little bit more difficult?
It is so not an automatic goal.
I don't know. I know our goalkeeper gave up one today. I take him right off the pitch. right off the pitch.
You ever watch Ted Lasso?
No, because it's about soccer.
Oh, it's not even about soccer. God, you're the worst. Just watch the damn show. It's not
No,
even
I haven't
about,
watched that. I don't have Apple TV.
I don't either.
Well, I like to do things legally, Josh.
You're a liar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How'd you watch Adesanya you lose the belt? You bought it?
I went to B-Dubs. And
You paid for it?
I got the receipt to prove it. Very
You got
expensive.
me there. You got me
Very
there.
expensive. I'll never go back to Buffalo Wild Wings.
They are very expensive.
Bro.
Insane. I bet inflation hasn't. I haven't been there in a long time, but I bet it's getting crazy over there.
Bro, you have to watch Ted Lasso. You don't even need to like soccer.
Yeah, you don't have to like soccer.
Mom, sister, and aunt love it and hate sports.
You ever heard of Jason Sudeikis?
Of course I have.
Yeah, you like him?
I do.
Yeah, you'll like
Wait,
Ted Lasso.
let me make sure it's the correct
Theodore Lasso.
person. Let me make sure it's the right person, though.
Horrible
He
bosses.
says Sudeikis.
Sedakus.
Jason Sudeikis. Oh wait, I'm not even thinking of the right person, but yeah, he's all right. I think he's 47.
Who are you thinking of?
I don't know why I'm thinking of the guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Jason Segal?
Yes, is that the one that's married to? Is that the one that's married to Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Very similar names, I guess.
Yeah,
You gotta watch it. Ted Lasso's hilarious. It's so good. Such a good.
I think I'm on the 4th episode of House of Dragons.
Really? What's happening?
She just got really mad because she wanted, or the dad wanted her to marry the Lannister dude, and she like ran off into the woods. Yeah, I think that's the last. Oh, actually, no. The uncle just killed the Crab King dude.
Damon.
The King Crab.
I wish we could have seen him kill him though.
Yeah, that was kind of whack.
I've been watching Game of Thrones a lot. Another character I forgot to say that I love, Podrick. Podrick's the man. Bro. He's Tyrion Stewart.
Oh yeah, Podrick was cool as hell.
Podrick's the goat, bro. He goes into the whorehouse and he's like, "How much money did you give him?" He's like, "Oh, they didn't want me to pay." The broad are just looking at him like, "Podrick's like that, huh?"
He said, "I got it on me." All right, let's see. Listen, let's just go to the picks to end the show. I mean, it's already 2 hours. The emotions are high. Soccer sucks. College football does.
Roy Kent. The guy, he's Hercules at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder. Post credit. Roy Kent from Ted Lasso.
Oh, I see.
He's amazing.
Josh, how'd we do last week?
I texted you.
Yeah, you did, but I usually like to let you tell everybody.
Yeah, I went 5-8, bad week. Lots of tough losses, though. I mean, let's look at some of these losses. How are we supposed to know?
Yeah, how are we supposed to know that the Lions and the Giants are kind of tough?
Are we supposed to know that was going to happen? Who else? The Raiders. I mean, that's a toss-up game.
Yeah, that was just And I'm so mad because I wanted to take the Raiders, but I could not lose a game on you betting the Raiders and Broncos. So it was just whatever, screw it.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, Chicago lost. Denver, Dallas and Minnesota toss-up game.
What are you talking about?
Rams lose to the Saints. Just too many games where it's how are we supposed to know? So I went 5-8. You went 6-7. I'm 82-76-1. You're 85-73-1. You push it back to 3, but we're not
typical.
Worried.
Josh has to have a +4 week to take the lead. I don't think that'll ever happen. I think I go down my 3rd straight. What are you getting me for winning 3 straight? Do I get something for it?
But you're not gonna.
But come on, Josh. Let's be real.
I am.
All right. Listen, we started off Thanksgiving. The 12 o'clock game, that would be the Bills at the Lions. I'm going with the Bills there.
Me too.
Giants and the Cowboys, our 4:25 game. You should be about dinner. You should be about done with Thanksgiving dinner there. Food food coma. Sit down and watch that. I'm going to go with the Cowboys by about 15.
I think this year it's a little different for me Thanksgiving wise. I think I'll be getting ready to eat.
Oh,
Around.
interesting. A little late one tonight, or a little late one this year.
Yeah. We got little kids now, so it doesn't.
Listen, I found out not a couple days ago that Thanksgiving is going to be real popping this year at Nans. Me, my mom, dad, brother and his wife, brother and his girlfriend, cousin and her man.
Yeah, ours is going to be kind of popping. It's me, dad, brother, sister, brother's girlfriend, sister's boyfriend, sister's friend, sister's friend's boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
And then 3 nephews. So
interesting.
Decent amount.
Both on Cowboys?
Absolutely.
Patriots at the Vikings.
What a shitty Sunday night football game for Thursday night football.
Nah, it is. It honestly is. Because the Patriots can't score and Kirk Cousins sucks in prime time. So
whose idea was this for Thanksgiving to put Kirk
Cousins? What is this going to be, a 10-3 game? Probably. Listen, I feel like I have to do it, so I'll stick with my boys and just pray on the fact that Kirk Cousins is bad in prime time and that our defense is playing pretty solid football.
I'm also going with New England. I just will not pick.
Are you really?
Time. I'm not picking primetime Kirk Cousins.
I absolutely thought you were going to pick the Vikings here. Wow.
Down 3 to put a whole game on primetime Kirk Cousins.
You're not wrong.
On Thanksgiving? No, thank you.
That's a whole lot of spot. That's
as spotlight outside of Super Bowl as it can really get.
You're not wrong. Not wrong. Bucks at the Browns. I am going to go with.
I'm going Tampa.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa. I'm so confused though. I thought that. Oh, we know the Browns bye week is next week, and then Deshaun comes back, right?
See, I thought that too. Let me look at it. I just looked this up actually.
Because I could have wasn't his suspension 11 games?
They play next week though. I thought their bye week was week 12.
Because I thought the whole thing was him. Did I get it wrong? Like, did I put the wrong?
I swore we had it right because they play this week. And then
I'm not bugging out though, right? Like, yeah,
no, because week 13 they play Houston. But have they already had their bye week?
I could have swore the whole thing with Deshaun was that they were coming off of a bye and then playing.
That's what I thought too. Did a game get flexed or something? Because I swear it was that. Like
right? 12. That's so weird. Whatever. Hey, Bucks either way. Bengals at the Titans. This is kind of interesting. This could kind of be interesting. I'll go with the Bengals.
I will go with the Bengals.
Okay. Texans, Dolphins, I'm not even going to discuss that. That's pointless. Bears at the Jets. See, this is very interesting because this is another thing we didn't talk about on the show, but we can bring it up now. Justin Fields suffered a dislocated left shoulder in the win over the loss, I should say, actually. Who'd they play again?
Atlanta.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. The loss to Atlanta. And Eberflus came out and said it's day to day, and he could miss the entire season.
Okay.
So I guess it's a pain management thing, and then like if he can't manage the pain, he would need surgery. So that's why it's day to day.
Who that just happened to? A player that had an injury like that recently. They were like, he's out for the year.
Exactly what you're talking about because I remember being like, how the hell can you be day to day?
It was really recent. It was like a week ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was done. It was a receiver, I think.
I'm not sure. But whatever.
Oh, it was DK. DK was done for.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because we weren't sure about what his injury was, but everybody it doesn't look good, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the Jets because I just don't think Fields will be 100% no matter what, obviously. And then especially if he doesn't play in this game, I don't got much faith.
Yeah, I'll go with the Jets.
Falcons and the Commanders. I'm gonna go with the Commies, believe it or not. I think they're on a little bit of a roll here.
I'm also going with the Commies. I just said I think they make the playoffs. I'm
Got to
sticking
start
with.
winning games if they're going to make the playoffs. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos and your boys. The fact that this is really a toss up in my head.
Really, I'm going Broncos.
Are you? You just kept it close with the Ravens, though.
By close, you mean our defense is good.
Well, yeah, the defense is good, and the Broncos can't score points. So
They can. They will. They'll score at least 7. That's all you need against us.
you know that if the Broncos scored exactly 18 points in regulation of every single game this season, they'd be 9-1.
That is insane.
19. If they scored exactly 19 points in every regulation game this year, they would be 9-1.
That is tough.
I'll go with the Broncos too. Ravens, Jags. I'm going with the Ravens. That's pretty simple.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Chargers and the Cards. I'll go with the Chargers.
Kyler, he was questionable today, right?
Yeah, he'll probably play next week, I would imagine.
Probably play. Yeah, give me the Cardinals. I'll go Cardinals.
Raiders at the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah, I'll go with Seattle off the bye. I'll go with them off the bye. You know what else I was very confused about while I was making this schedule? Now that I look at it again, there's no team with a bye this week.
Yeah, there is 16 of them this week.
There's no team with but there's no team with a bye this week, and then there's byes next week and the week after. The last bye week is week 14.
Really?
Yeah, but there's none this week because I guess Thanksgiving, so they have everybody play. Very weird to me though.
Weird.
Chiefs and the Rams. Chiefs are going to blow them out of the water. Saints and the 49ers. I'm going to go with the 49ers. That's pretty easy to me. Sunday night.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
No, I just said yeah. Same
Okay.
thing.
Sunday night, Eagles, Green Bay. I'm going to go with the good old Eagles on this one once again.
Yeah. Poor Aaron.
And then the Steelers and the Colts, Monday Night Football. Jesus.
Give me the Colts. You know what? Give me the Colts.
Give me Jeff Saturday.
He's got great eyes.
He does have some nice eyes. I would take. I hate having brown eyes. Very boring.
I know. It kind of sucks.
Kind of mid at best. All right, listen, everybody. It's been a damn near 2.5 hour show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Lively conversation this episode. All in fun. All's fair in love and war. But Anthony Conner _ you can find my link tree there. It'll show you everything I do. You guys know what I do by now. At least I hope you do. It's been a lot of episodes of me and Josh doing this. What are we going on?
Allegedly 116.
Well, no, but next year, is that like 3 years we're doing this? 2 years already?
Yeah, a little over 2. We'll be over 2.
Me and Josh are best friends, by the way. Text all the time.
Boom, boom, you know.
Bestie, some would say. Josh, where can they find you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Jolin_4. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can chat and hear like Perry and Christian and everybody and Vic. Make sure you head over to Underdog. Use code Gen Z. And then after you do, let me know what it says. And then tune in next Monday, 7 Eastern.
All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have a good Thanksgiving to everybody out there that watched. Hope you have all the food you can ever want.
Oh, yeah. Eat up. Eat up.
And with that being said, we'll catch you on the next episode, everybody. Bye.